Yeah, I don't ever remember feeling like this. But I'm out here in these YouTube streets. So I want you to get your fingers.
I don't know what you're doing.
I want you to
right
get
now,
your mouse.
I want you to check me out.
And I want you to check me out.
Get ready to do this. It's the relationship rehab. Like, share, and subscribe. We coming at you live. So come on, let's take a ride. Then subscribe to United Guns of America. Just click that link and listen up to what I'm telling you. It's the relationship.
Click that link right now. You know what I'm saying? It's your boy Brian Revin, and I just want y'all to subscribe to my channel. You know what I'm saying? I want you to let me know what you think. I'ma talk about some things, you can talk about some things, and we can do our thing. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it's all about having a conversation, right? I mean, if we can't talk to each other, then, I mean, what are we really here for? I want y'all to be able to just come over to my channel, talk to me about what's going on with you, and I can tell you what's going on with me, and we can build some things. You know what I'm saying? That's all about growth, baby. So click that link, go ahead and swipe on your phone, whatever you gotta do. Share my content. It's just get me out here, baby. Cause we just talking, you know what I'm saying? It's like, I like doing what I'm doing because it's about the people. It's about us having a conversation with each other. It's about us discussing whatever needs to be discussed. And on these YouTube streets, this is the best place to do it, baby. Like, share, and subscribe. That's right. Click the link. Click the link. Yeah. I just want to say thank you to everybody that's out here that's already subscribed. You know what I'm saying? Cause y'all ain't the first one, and y'all ain't the last one. So I just want to give a shout out to everybody that click the link, that click the share, and then subscribe to your boy. Cause we gon' grow this thing together, baby. Relationship rehabbing, United Guns of America. To the world, blow up, baby. Yeah. Click the link, baby. Click the link, baby. Yeah. Hey, I just wanted to send a shout out to all y'all. I love y'all. That's why I do this. It's for the love of us, baby. I appreciate all of y'all. Ooh, we gon' do this thing. We gon' do this thing right here, baby. Hey, look, if you at a computer right now, just go ahead and click your link. What else you got to lose, baby? Tell me what you think. Hit the comment section. You can jump on the live panel. We do it all here. That's what it's all about. So come holler at your boy. I've been doing this for years, but I just got onto this YouTube thing. So hey, let's see what it do and where it can go.
To United Guns of America. Just click the link and listen up to what I'm telling you. I'd like to take a minute to apologize for not taking advantage of you. Through all the years you passed me by, honestly, I really wanted to be mad at you, yeah. For so many hours waiting, yeah. I finally know what it means to be patient, yeah. And everything has its place and reason, and I've learned that time waits for nothing, and everything is gonna take its time. Time waits for nothing, and everything is gonna take its time, for it will happen. Yeah, that's that music soul child, y'all. What y'all know about that? Hey, it's your boy Brian Revin, and yes, we are back one more again for another relationship rehab. I'm so glad to be here on tonight, and I just want to say that I love y'all, and I appreciate all of y'all, and it's just good to be alive. Yes, sir. So, without further ado, I want to move right in to the show, and we're going to start that off with my favorite part of the show.
Federal law allows citizens to reproduce, distribute, or exhibit portions of copyrighted motion pictures, videotapes, or video discs under certain circumstances without authorization of the copyright holder. This is called fair use and is allowed for
That's right.
purposes of criticism, news reporting,
That's right.
teaching, and parody, which doesn't infringe of copyright
That's
under
right.
17 USC 107.
Yes, indeed. So we got that out the way. So I want to talk about relationships just a little bit. And before I do that, I must show y'all a very important piece of information here that I have. My daughter made a picture of me just the other day. Just the other day, my daughter had drew me. Just another day that my daughter has drew me. She had drew me her daddy, 'cause she loves me. Just the other day that my daughter had drew me. Let me tell you something. Ain't nothing like your baby girl just coming out the blue, thinking about you and drawing something for her daddy. She is just the best thing ever. Yes, indeed. I love her so very much. And that just warmed my heart. So I had to share. But let's go ahead and let's dive right in. And we are going to talk about relationships just a little bit. Yes. Just a little bit. You said that look like me, April. I know, spitting image, right? I will say this, my daughter is such a better artist than I am. I was like, just that is definitely never one of my things. I was a terrible, terrible artist. One of the things that kept me from not becoming an architect, because I love architecture. I love drafting more so than I do architecture, because architecture is the true, you got to have some art background to do that. And drawing, freehand stuff and all that kind of stuff, I was never good at it. I always stuck to high heaven with it. But it's so good to see my daughter being good at something that I'm not good at. It really warms my heart to just see that. So it's like, and even like one of the things that I always wanted to learn how to do, two things I never learned how to do that I really wanted to do was play the piano, one, and the other was roller skate. And my daughter on some roller skates, you should see her. She is just amazing. But it's good to see those little nuances and those little things that you may have sucked at, but your kid excels at, or something that you wish you would have learned, but your kid has learned it at a young age and they're like really good at it. So I really love to see her like skate and do things like that. I hope one day she picks up the piano or takes a liking to it, but I really do love the fact that she can do those things that I can't, because I love my baby girl. But let's go ahead and let's talk about, he said he's better, I'm a better rocket scientist than piano. See? Right. I was good at Etch-a-Sketch, but that was it. Yeah. See, I liked Etch-a-Sketch, but I would only draw like, squares, and I would draw, what do they call it? Symmetrical stuff. I would only do that. I would never like want to be free-handed and like make a face or make circles and all that. I never did that with an Etch-a-Sketch. I would draw like steps and build stuff. That's what I was good at. So, but yeah, she said, you pay money to see me on skates. Hey, remember, look, I got on skates. I've probably been on skates maybe 15 to 20 times in my life. Maybe 15 to 20 times, but I never, ever, ever was good at it. I never did it enough to learn it. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, if I literally had the time to do it now, I would, because my daughter goes to a lot of skating parties because of her friends at school, but I ain't gonna go out there and embarrass myself with her friends and all that stuff. I ain't gonna do that. But if I had the opportunity to really like learn it, I did realize, and I got to skating to the point to where I realized now I got to have my own skates. I would never, and I mean never, ever try to learn on rental skates. I ain't doing that. Them days are behind me. So if I was to ever say I'm going to learn how to skate, I would probably have to buy my own skates and then start going regularly. But I don't know. Maybe so. Maybe one day. But With that being said, I'm just not a skater, and I've accepted the fact. Now, it's a bunch of other shit that I do extremely well, but skating is not my thing. It's just not. You say you talking about now. Yeah, I'm saying I would not be opposed to doing it now. I just know what I got to do it. And just it's not, conducive right now to my lifestyle to where I could do that. But let me give a shout out to everybody in the chat since we ain't got that many people. So let's see. We got Gabe. Shout out to Gabe. Shout out to Marie Lovely. Shout out to my man Anthony TB is what up. My sister April. My man Smitty. DJ Matt 121. What's happening? Phil Brad. What's up? Fatherhood. WRT. What's happening? Don Joe. What's happening? Sango Shores. Miss Nobody. What up? Cortez Smith and Logan J, three-cornered wheel. That's funny. And Keenan Lamont Thompson. What's happening? All right, so he said, bruh, hips don't heal the same. I know. See, I'm gonna stick. If I got back out there, I'm gonna stick to the wall and I'm gonna go around slow. I would never be able to skate like the dude from the I'm Bad Michael Jackson video where he could do that. I could probably do the shoulders with it, but that's it. I ain't going no further than that. That's just the end of it. But, I would like to at least be able to get around the rink, you know what I'm saying, without knowing I'm a break something. So, I don't know. But couldn't get you on skates now, I know, right? But it's just one of those things where, hey, man, I feel like, hey, I'm in decent shape, for the most part. I could try it. But here's the thing. So relationships. It's one of those things that I feel as though we as men and women struggle with. But I feel as though that we as black folks struggle with even more. And I'm going to say this right off the top. One of the biggest reasons why we struggle with relationships is because we don't have balanced homes when it comes to mother and father, husbands and wives. We don't grow up in that environment. So we, most of the time, and I'm talking about probably 75% of us, grow up in a home where there's no mother or father. One or the other is missing. And because of that, I believe that it affects the way that we relate to each other. And I've said that since like day one of the relationship rehab. And I believe that because of that, some of the side effects of that has taken place over the years has been detrimental to us, because it's one of those things where because you have this one thing, it now affects other areas and other things in our lives and even in our communities. And I would say this, I'm really perplexed as to how delusional women are. Yep, I'm going there. How women are when it comes to not just relationships, but life. Life, period. And it seems as though the younger a woman is, the more delusional they are. And it's like, in my opinion, black women don't start to even begin to have logic in general until they hit 40. It don't start until they hit 40. They teens, their 20s, and their 30s, there's just no logic there. And they are literally living life as it comes, day to day. What up, King Cardell? Day to day, not even having no type of accountability or responsibility for their actions or for their choices. And then it's not until they start hitting 40 that they start to have some type of self-reflection and even begin to go down the path of accountability and responsibility for their lives, past, present, and future. And I believe that because of that, it's one of the main reasons why the black family today is so broken. I believe that is why so many families have so many issues. And I believe that's why so many of us are not getting married. And those of us that have gotten married are getting divorced. So with that being said, this video was sent to me by one of my buddies. Shout out to my man, Alvin. He sent this video to me and I saw it and it really resonated with me. And from this video, I saw that number one, we had two really poor representatives speaking about this, which is one of the reasons why I wanted to do this, because there were a lot of things that I believe that were missed and that were not truly acknowledged. It was like sometimes when you have a conversation, and this goes back to the art of conversation, when you have a conversation, it's about, two people or more speaking, but there has to be an acknowledgement of certain points and facts along that conversation. And the reason why you have to acknowledge points and you have to acknowledge facts and you have to be able to do that, because that is how you get understanding. And I believe that because, and one of the things that I've always said is that the art of conversation, one of the things that I've heard Tommy say time and time again, we don't have the art of conversation. And I believe that one of the key principles of the art of conversation is being able to acknowledge. You have to be able to acknowledge that back and forth. When you tell me that the sky is blue and I say, well, I feel that the sky is not blue, I believe that the sky is clear, but then you come back and you explain to me, well, actually the reason why the sky is blue is because it's a reflection of the water of the earth, because the earth is 2/3 water, then that's why you have an overwhelming reflection of blue coming from the sun, which gives you the appearance of the sky being blue. At that point, you've explained to me why your position is the correct one. Now it is up to me, as the person who did not agree with that, to not say, well, let's just agree to disagree. No, there's been clear factual data that has proven my point. Now I must say, wow, yeah, you're right. That makes sense. You've just explained it to me and you've shown me some facts as to why that is. That's exactly how that should happen. And that's how it should take place. That's what you call, now we have an understanding. You've had a point or a position. I've made a point and I've had a position. However, due to truth, facts, and logic, we have actually been able to establish whom is correct between the two. And now the other person who is not correct must acknowledge the facts that have been pointed out and acknowledge that that person is correct. Not sidestep it, not, oh, well, that's how you feel. Oh, well, that's your opinion. Or like I said, coming with the classic, let's agree to disagree. No, you can't agree to disagree on a fact. A fact is what it is. That's just what it is. And it's like when we don't have conversations that have that type of framework, I believe it sets us up for wasteful time. It wastes time. And we truly never build and get anywhere. That's my thing. So it's like when I saw this, I saw that was something where I was like, wow. And when you even have conversation, and that's in just conversation period, whether you're talking about relationships, politics, religion, whatever the case may be. Well, religion is a little iffy because that goes back to feeling. But when you're having conversations about just worldly issues or whatever the case may be, that's where you have to actually establish those points, and those facts must be acknowledged so that you can build conversation. So you can build in the conversation to have an understanding. At the end of the day, if you're having conversations with people and there's no understanding, there can be no growth. You can't learn from each other. You can't build with each other if you're not establishing those key points and acknowledging those and agreeing upon that, so that you can actually get a better understanding of one person or the other. So with that being said, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to play the, oh man, I want to show y'all this. God damn. I think I'm going to show it to y'all at the end. Yeah, I'm going to show y'all that at the end. That shit was funny. But that's what I wanted to point out. Now, this video was done by a dude. I don't know his name, but he has a podcast, I guess, called the Poor Man's Podcast. And it's him and a young lady, I guess, that's having this conversation or attempting to. And then they're going back and forth. And this is one of the things I wanted to point out and actually speak about. So what's going on, Rooster? So let's go ahead and let's get it started, and we'll see exactly how this thing turns out.
I think the problem is a lot of women think providing is abundance nowadays. No. If you know anything about finances, you know that a man can have a house with $50K. You know that. But see, women don't even have a concept of the money. Not the house you want.
Not the house I want.
Not the house you want. That's hypergamy. That's you wanting more. It's
a future.
Talk Future.
10. He has like what? 10 children?
10 of them.
10.
God.
NBA young boy.
What? 10 of them. All of them girls. So you have one sexually irresponsible man, but you have 7 sexually irresponsible women, or irresponsible women.
Blaming the woman.
Listen to this. If you're a woman, why are you laying down with the man that you know that does not take care of his children? Uh-oh.
What's up, YouTube? Poor Man Podcast back with another video. Give me the HBO special. That's the Help a Brother Out special. Hit the like and the subscribe button for more content. Let's get right into the video.
Women. 10 out of 10.
Women. Really?
Women are more responsible for failed relationships in 2021.
Why do you feel like that?
Because, okay, I'm gonna ask you this. I'm gonna start it off with a question. All right, let me go and warm up a little bit. When a man DMs you, what makes you determine whether you respond or you don't respond?
I'll be honest with you, I don't take anyone serious that slides into my DMs. Like, that's not where I'm looking for a relationship from. Like, that's not the mindset I have. So if I respond to a DM, it's based on what you say to me, and it's on a friendly manner. I don't go based on relationships from Instagram.
So you've never.
Okay, so I'm gonna say this. We all know that if she doesn't, because I don't know her, and I'm not gonna say that she does, but we all know that if the right person hits her DM, that she's going to interact with that person. It's not like, and that's one of the things that we have a problem with, is just being truthful, because the point that he's trying to get to, it's like, you can't tell me that there's not ever been somebody that hit this person up in her DM that she would not entertain to some degree, or even perhaps maybe wind up dating if things worked out to that point. So there are plenty of people that date off of social media when it comes to being hit up in the DMs. Plenty of people, whether it's, casual dating, casual sex, whatever the case may be, there's hooking up going on in people's DMs. Everybody in the free world knows this, but I get it, whatever. Like I said, I don't know her. I don't know her life, and I don't know how packed her DMs are. So it is what it is, but I get it. But you can't say that there's not somebody who could come along that could hit you up in your DM and you not be like, oh, okay, well, yeah, let me, see where this goes. If you like that person, if you like what that person represents, you gonna go for it. Plain and simple. It is what it is.
Ever built a relationship with somebody through messaging? That could be DM on Instagram. It could be SMM. What is it? MSM on
SMS.
No, relationship, never.
You've never.
All my relationships, I have met that person out and about.
Basically, what I'm trying to get at is women look for the wrong things in men, and that's what leads them to a lot of the problems that they have in relationships.
Are you sure that's not women?
Now, he could have just said that, because that's true. And here's the thing. If you go back, and most women, if you go back and look at your life, the bad relationships that you've had, the toxic relationships that you had, whatever the case may be, most of the situations, and I'm talking 9 times or 8 times, let's say 8 to, let me be nice, 8 times out of 10, most of the situations that women, or bad situations or negative situations that women find themselves in, it is by far their own doing. It's by their own doing. Whether you pick the bad guy, pick the wrong guy, pick the ain't shit nigga, fuck the ain't shit nigga, whatever the case may be, you are the reason and the common denominator in the choices that you've had in your life that have led you down those bad roads. Plain and simple. That's just what it is. So it's like, off top, most women, especially when they're young, the younger the worse. The younger they are, the worse they are. The choices that you make are not good choices. And it's because of, thank you for being honest, sis. My sister April being very honest right now. Thank you for being honest and transparent. I appreciate it. When you look at those choices that you made and the men that you've chosen, it shows that you have made those choices based on delusional reasons. Like, it's one of those things to where when you look at it and say, well, why did you pick him? The reasons are so superficial, and not to just say, hey, this is a person that I'm, dating. This is a person that you actually had a baby with, This is a person that you decided to marry. This is a person that you had 2-3 kids with, whatever the case may be. And you eliminate like those red flags, because a lot of women be like, well, I didn't know. But you don't look for those red flags. You really believe a nigga when he tell you, yeah, I got 4 other kids, but it's, I don't really get to spend a lot of time with them because of the baby mamas. And you really think that shit is all them. Like, yeah, them bitches ain't shit. You'll really believe that because you want what you want. And women are just raised like that to say, well, you can go after whatever you want, girl. You should have it. And when you think like that, you put yourself in the same position that the other 3 or the other 4 baby mamas did. And then when you turn around and you wind up in the same fucking boat that they in, you like, well, goddamn, this nigga just ain't shit and just won't do right. He was that same nigga when you met him. The only problem is that women put themselves in situations that they can't get themselves out of by doing things like having a baby with the nigga, by doing things like moving with a nigga, and they don't have no income, they don't have no way to take care of themselves, and they're totally dependent upon that nigga. And it's like, those are the things that women do, and it puts them in a bad situation. And then when shit go left, they say it's men. No, it's you and your choices.
Looking for the wrong things in men, or men are looking for the wrong things? Because let me ask you this, let's turn that question around. What made you DM that woman?
What she looked like.
Yeah, so like men, y'all base that DM on what she looks like, and y'all have no idea like what she has in her head, what she has going for herself. So you're telling me that women go based on the wrong things, but you're going based on nothing but physical.
Because that's all that men need for the most part. Men don't need a woman that has, because when you look at it like this, what a man brings to the table and what a woman brings to the table are 2 different things. It just is. And I think one of the biggest problems that we have today is that women try to bring what men have to the table and think that that's enough. They think that's enough. A man who's making 6 figures, a man who's making high, what is that? Not 6, but 5 figures, high 5 figures. Hell, a man who's making over $60,000 a year. What do I really need from a woman financially in order for me to qualify her for me to be with her? I don't. Now, what she has, if she got money, that's okay. That's okay. It's not a bad thing, but it's not a main qualifier. Like a man who is a breast man. I like big breasts, or he likes a big butt, or he likes a shapely woman, or he likes a thin woman, or he likes an athletic built woman. Those are the things that men look for, that are the qualifiers to say, yes, I want to be with this. Yes, I want to be with that. That's what they do. So a man who's saying, yeah, I want a woman, he has in mind and has envisioned what type of woman he wants, because his thing and his attraction to that woman, I don't need her to come and pay my bills. I don't need her to come and have a degree. I don't need any of that. So what I'm looking for in a woman and what a woman is looking for in a man, in reality, not delusional, but in reality, are 2 different things. The lists are totally different. So when you talk about what those qualifiers are, not just what you have, what the features are, it's just like when you look at a car. Every man that buys a car, especially one who can buy the car that he wants, you have qualifiers, and then you have features and benefits. A qualifier would be, I want it to be a SUV, a sports car, or a sedan, or a luxury sedan, right? Those are the qualifiers, what type of car that you want. Then you have makes and models. I want a Cadillac. I want a Chevy. I want a Honda. I want a Lexus. I want a BMW. Then you have features and benefits. Sunroof, convertible, rims, hubcaps. You see what I'm saying? If those are the features and benefits, those aren't the disqualifiers. A disqualifier would be, I want a luxury sedan and you pull up in a Ford Taurus. That's not what I want. So I'm instantly not feeling that car to where I'm going to buy it. I may drive it if I have to. I may rent one if I got to go somewhere, but I'm not going to buy it because it's not the car that I want. And when I can afford the car that I want, that's what I'm going to get. You see what I'm saying? So it's like you having that, that body, you having that look, the way that you dress, those are the qualifiers for a man, not the benefits and the features. You having your degree, that's a feature. It's a feat for you to complete in your life, but it's a feature for me. I don't give a shit if you got your degree or not. I don't care. It doesn't give you any type of favor with me one way or the other. If you and your sister are standing next to me and y'all twins, and I'm trying to choose on which one that I want to be with, the degree is not going to be a deciding factor. It's not going to be a deciding factor. It's going to be your behavior. It's going to be your attitude. It's going to be those things. Y'all can have the same body type, look just alike, all of that. The things that are going to determine what's what are going to be your personality, your attitude, the way that you treat me, the way that I see you treat others, those things. If you got kids or not, those things would be the ones that would actually qualify or disqualify you as far as me making my choice. And it's like when women think that, oh, well, I got this, so I'm on a whole nother level. Nah, you're actually not. And if you're in a position where you have one of those degrees and you got this high paying job and you want a man to match what you got, you ain't doing nothing but shrinking your pool for men that would be suitable for you. If a woman is a neurosurgeon and she's making, $300,000 a year and she wants a man to match her pool is about the size of my hand. It's just a handful of niggas that's going to be able to fulfill that. That's just the reality of it.
How's that not the wrong?
Well, men are visual creatures. And I think where women fail, especially in 2021, is women try to be the same as men. I think at first it was about equality. Now women want to be the same as men. But nature has a different role in that.
So men are allowed to be physically attracted to a woman. Women are not allowed to be physically attracted to a man?
You are, but if you go for a man that's physically attractive, then you're looking for the wrong things. Don't you want a protector and a provider?
So you just said it yourself. If you go for him,
here's the thing. In reality and in today's world, women have really fucked that part up because they have tried their best to be like men, and that's what fucks them up. Because the things that you actually essentially want and need from a man are not good looks. It's not. Essentially, once you get past that, once you get past the good looks, once you get past the big dick, once you get past the abs, once you get past the he look like Shamar Moore girl, if that nigga's a ain't shit nigga, you ain't gonna want to be with him. Because what you essentially want is somebody who's going to commit to you 100%. And you want somebody who's going to be able to provide for you, take care of you. You want a true partner. But if you're looking for somebody, if that's what you ultimately want, but you're basing that first on that criteria where your qualifiers are if he tall or short, skinny or fat, big dick, small dick, abs or no abs, got dreads or no dreads, look like got that thuggish look or he don't. Those are the things, a thug or a nerd, those are the things that you will disqualify a man for. And then once you get that physical, you now want the needs that you really have. I want him to have a job. Thug nigga ain't got no job. Thug nigga ain't got shit but gang banging and dick. Gang banging, dope slanging, and fucking. So now you will then say, well, this is what I like. You got right. Thank you, Jermaine. Got swag. Well, this is what I like. So I'm going to stay with this. And then I'm going to expect him to hopefully get his shit together one day, girl. I'm going to really show him how much I love him, girl. And I'm going to really be committed to him, girl. And then he going to really turn around and he going to get his stuff together, girl. Watch. What usually happens? Nigga wind up dead or in jail. And then left your ass with a baby. Or two. And even then, the thug nigga, because there's so many women that seek that, he got 3 or 4 different bitches and got 3 or 4 different bitches pregnant, or fucking 3 or 4 different bitches at the same time, or got 3 or 4 different baby mamas. So what you really looking for is not really conducive to your lifestyle and what you ultimately want from a man. However, that's who you will choose to be the father of your children. That's who you will choose to spend the best years of your life with, the most not opportunity, but the peak time of your body being in shape, being at its best. You will give that to the person who's not going to give you what you ultimately want.
Physically attractive, you're going after the wrong things. But then you turn around and said the question was, women are the reason why relationships are failing in 2021. You could have just told me men are physical. When you go after physical, you're going after the wrong thing. So how are men not the issue?
Well, men and women are different. You got to understand that. Off the rip.
So
and I know that's controversial. You can't even say that nowadays.
You can't. Because how are men and women different?
Listen to her.
We both.
How are men and women different? What? How are men and women different? Hell, how the fuck is a goddamn giraffe and a rhinoceros different? They are different. There's a difference between a male dog and a female dog. There's a difference between a male lion and a female lion. There's a difference. And the fact that she's not even attempting to acknowledge that. It's like, wait a minute. This is one of those moments where you say, well, look, hold on now. We have to be able to agree on this if we're going to have a conversation and we're going to build to get understanding. Come on now.
We were both born the same way. We both have the same mind.
That's not true. Men and women think differently. Men and women think differently. That's just it.
We both have the same opportunities. So how are we different?
You don't.
You give birth, don't you?
That's the only thing.
That's the only thing. Bullshit. Men are stronger. Men are taller. Men are faster. Men are fucking braver. Men do all this shit. Shout out to my boy Tommy. Hit your boy with the $20. My man. Thank you, brother. I appreciate you. Get that rich over to my brother. But it's like when you're talking about what men do all kind of shit. Men will go and put their lives on the line and die before a woman would. There are so many differences physically. There's so many differences mentally that men will have over women. Like, and it's not a bad thing, but it's just the truth. We are the ones that build shit. We create shit. All of the shit that we have in this world today, it's by men. It just is. So why would you not want to acknowledge the fact to say, well, yeah, we are different. It's okay to be different. It is. When you look at fucking 9/11, who ran into them fucking buildings? Men.
That's a pretty big difference when you're talking about dating based on attraction, especially when women have the pick of the litter. See, men have to deal with what we can get. Women have the pick of the litter, and you get to choose the men that you have.
There are more women on this earth than there are men, so therefore men have the pick of the litter. You can walk into a room and you can choose from 10 women.
And the lie detector has determined that's a lie. I don't know where this woman lives, but it is definitely next door or in the land of make-believe. You gotta be fucking kidding me if you're talking about a man can walk into a room and have the pick of the women that's in that room. Yeah, if he's fucking Jay-Z, if he's fucking Lorenz Tate, Like, what? Like, how did you even? The fact that he let her go and even say that, say, hold on, let's pump the brakes here now, lady. We all know that's not true. We all know that that's not true. Unless you are one of the just elite men in the world and you are like a celebrity, or you look like you just got fucking chiseled out of a fucking slab of marble, and are fucking probably, you gotta probably be naked or have on the gray sweatpants so they can see your package. You can't just walk into a room and have the pick of the women. That's it. If I walk into a room and there's 10 women in there, I might get 3 to say hello. The fuck you talking about? I get the pick of the litter. Yeah, no, not you, baby. Yeah, you. Yeah, how you doing? I'm like, look at this nigga. Who the fuck is this nigga? And I'm like, I'm B-Red, bitch. That's what I'm gonna say. But it's like, we all know that that's not true. Women know that that's not true. Women know that when they walk into a room, and regardless of who's in there, there is, if it's 10 men in a room, at least 8 out of those 10, no, fuck that. 9 out of them 10 men that's in that room are willing, at just, if nothing else, to have sex with that woman. A nigga's gonna fuck. That's just what it is. And that one is probably gay that ain't gonna fuck, or just got through fucking and tired. I'm just saying, that's just what it is. There's no way that a man can have that type of pull and not be a fucking celebrity or be somebody of some type of substantial status. Shout out to my man Marcus Lightfoot. Hit your boy with $25. Thank you, sir. Appreciate it. That's the only way. If that man does not have some type of status and does not have, or some type of fame or celebrity, and is not fucking just, like I said, a fucking 10 when it comes to a body, he does not have even close to even half of the women in that room.
Women, we have to settle. We have to pick and choose what we decide we're going to deal with and what we're not going to deal with, because there are not enough men out here that are readily available.
Now, she's right. When these bitches turn 45, they do have to settle when they 45. When these women are 17, 19, 24, 25, 27, they don't have to settle. That's why most of them aren't married when they are those ages. These hoes are still trying to find Mr. Come Up. Mr. Gonna change my life. Mr. Change my financial status. They are still trying to find that guy during those those young ages. When they in their 20s, you can't tell a woman shit. And the better her body looks, the more you can't tell her a goddamn thing. You can't even be like, ma'am, there's a speeding truck coming your way. Nigga, I don't know you. The fuck you talking about, nigga? Poof. That's exactly how these women are. You can't tell them shit. Unless you dribble a ball, you get on the microphone, or you on the TV. Or you walking around, or you pushing weight. Shit crazy.
So do you think men have more options than women?
Way more.
So if you text every man in your phone right now and you say you want to smash tonight, what's your success rate on that?
100%.
Okay.
The lie detector test determined that's a lie. But I'm not here for that. I guess. Maybe all 10 of them niggas in our DM. Maybe that's what they like. Everybody like what they like. I'm just saying. That's just what it is. But I will say this. When you look at the men that are in that are in her DMs, that are following her, that are in her area, in her category, they're not the upper echelon of men, but they're the men that are attracted to her. Every woman has their own little group. They got their own little group of niggas that just like them, because men are more realistic as to what they can actually get. So now, does she have some of the most eligible men in America in her DMs? Hell to the no. She got niggas in her DM that's trying to drop dick off. That's it. And they not just dropping dick off to her. She's just one of many. One of the others. That's it. And ain't nothing wrong with that. That's just how it is. But she does not have the pick of the litter of men. She doesn't. But she has those men that are following her because niggas will fuck anything. But the men that are following her, those are the men that are in her group that feel like, hey, I can. This is my area. This is my realm. This is in my lead. It's in my wheelhouse. I can get her. I have enough to qualify to meet her standards. Now the problem is that when it comes to getting married, settling down, and all that, what she ultimately wants, them niggas ain't got close to it. She wants some old outlandish shit. She wants the fucking dream, the dream man. The dude who's making six figures, who can buy her a big ass, $600,000, $800,000 house, and he's ready to just be with her and only her, and they have kids, and that's just it. And she's sitting here looking like she was a fucking left tackle for the goddamn Bears. What man who has those type of options where he's making that kind of money and living that type of lifestyle is going to say, you know what? Yes, I understand that you're a French model. Yes, I understand that you're a beautiful budding young actress. Yes, I understand that you are a wonderful, young R&B singer. Yes, I know that you're a young medical student who just graduated pre-med. I get it. But I want that nose guard for the St. Louis Rams. Yes, you. Yeah, you. The one that, right, yeah. We had 15 pancakes last season. Yeah, I want you. What man is going after her? Ain't no man that's going to be of that type of status going to choose her. No way. Unless this bitch done hit the lottery. And it had to be the Mega Millions. She couldn't hit that. She couldn't hit that 100,000. She can't hit that $250,000. Nope. She can't hit that Texas lottery, which only like 1.2 mil. No. Bitch, you got 15 pancakes, then you need to have hit the Mega Millions. It ain't got to be no 700 million jackpot, but you got to be at least over 20.
Now ask me the same question.
That's different, though.
It depends on how you look. That's what I would answer to, and if you ask for my response on that. So what I'm basically trying to say is women have the sexual selection, so you get to choose who you want to be involved with.
Men are easy. That's the only reason why I can say 100%. Like, the thing is, I feel like women are not as easy to get with than as men are.
Bullshit. The more you got, the easier it is for them. That's just what it is. I can tell you as a young man growing up, when I was driving my mama's Ford Topaz with the little pop-up sunroof, it wasn't even a full sunroof, it was a pop-up sunroof. When I was driving that, I was only able to talk to hood bitches that was walking. However, as a young man, when I was driving that Cadillac, that black Cadillac with them white Vogues, with that black rag top, that black leather with the gold trim on the Vogues, hey, boy, what? Because of what I was driving, I was able to get a higher quality of woman. That's just what it is. The more that a man has, or the more that a man appears to have, then the higher type of quality woman that a man can get. Plain and simple. Plain and simple. Thank you, sis. Back down memory lane. When I was riding in my mama ragged ass car, wasn't no bitches outside the hood trying to see a nigga. But when I was rolling that lack, everybody was looking. When I was driving that, my brother's Z28 Camaro with the black tint, bitches wasn't a problem. Back in 94, baby, I was a motherfucker, boy, but it wasn't no problem. I could pull up to a bitch and be like, hey, give me your number. Not even like, hey, how you doing? What's your name? You want to go out? Nope. let that window down because I had that limo tent on there. My brother had that limo tent, so you really couldn't see. So he ride with the windows half cocked, baby. Hoo-hoo! So they be looking, trying to see, like, who that nigga with that tent on that window, girl? Who that nigga? He be sitting there, letting that window all the way down, like, what's up, shawty? Hey, let me get your phone number for this light change. 773-2221-8181. Call me. You better call. Like, yeah, girl, I'm going to call. Let the window back up. For real, you better call me. Gone. That's what it was.
And it is what it is. Like, men can be in an entire relationship and you can tell them, hey, I want to fuck you tonight. And they will jump on that. And they will forget what they have at home. But I feel like women think a little bit more into that before they make that decision.
Oh, bullshit. Bullshit. And the lie detector test determined that was a lie. Right, sis, with a fresh fade. My sis April, she knew what she knew it was. She seen a nigga out there in them streets. But I'm just telling you, that's just what it is. It's like, that's bullshit. A woman gon' go based on what you got in the dough. Just in the dough. Now, when you talking to somebody, you got the gift of gab. You can make a woman laugh and feel good. It didn't matter, baby. But when you got some shit, and it looks like you got some shit, and you talking to a woman that barely got some shit or ain't got shit at all, they going. You can tell them, hey, shawty, I'm trying to get up with you tonight. I'm trying to fuck. What's up? And she'll be like, well, just call me. Well, just hit me up. Shit, I'm down. Nigga driving that Lexus truck, got on them motherfucking that Gucci. Nigga got on that. They with it. Shout out to my man Montreal. Thank you, bro. I appreciate it. They with it. They going. Now, if your ass ain't got nothing, you walking or you hollering out the passenger side at the chick at the bus stop, nigga, you can't even give her a ride. So, yeah, that's the woman who gonna be like, nah, I'm good. I'm okay. Well, you like, bitch, you walking. She gonna be like, yeah, but nigga, you riding in his car. You need to have him holler at me. That's just what it is. But when you got some shit or you appear to have some shit, they taking that chance and they sacrificing morals, values, all that fuck shit that she trying to talk about. They most selective bullshit. The bigger my rims are, the easier your panties are coming down. The louder my sounds are in my motherfucking box Chevy 88 LS, the easier them pants is getting unbuckled.
Okay, basically what I'm trying to get at is this. If you want a man that can protect and provide for you because that's a male's role, why are you judging who you want to be with based on appearance?
Because you have to be sexually and physically attracted to a person. I feel like why do we have to accept the bare minimum? But for
shout out to my man Smoke the Great One. Hit your boy up with the PayPal. Hit me with $10. Thank you, bro. Appreciate it. And the thing is, women don't give a shit when you got money. It ain't about you gotta be sexually attracted to him. You gotta have some type of attraction. Bitch, ain't nothing, and I mean nothing attractive about Flavor Flav. Not a goddamn thing. Not a goddamn Flavor Flav is not what you would consider by American beauty standards an attractive man. He would never even be a runner-up for Ebony Jet's Man of the Year. Shout out to my man Chris Sykes. Hit your boy with $5. Never. However, this nigga has had several, aside from his hoes he done fucked on the road through his career as the hype man for Public Enemy. Shout out to you, Flavor Flav. This man has had several reality shows about Flavor of Love. One of the first ones to do it, one of the biggest ones to do it, and these women wanted to just be his girl. I just love him. I love, bitch, you've been in a house with 30 other bitches in a matter of 14 days. How have you fallen in love with this nigga? How, Sway? It doesn't happen. But you will want it to happen because he has celebrity. He has status. Plain and simple. Nigga got 39 motherfucking kids. Bitch is still like, I don't care. I love him. He love me. Y'all know good and goddamn well ain't nothing attractive about Flavor Flav, but yet and still, women are at him. They are at him. Plain, that's it. We have to be sexually attractive. Bullshit. Ain't nothing attractive about what's the little dude? Austin Powers, Mini-Me. Mini-Me, stop humping the laser. Nothing attractive about him. He's a little person. He had bitches because of his status. There are plenty of women that are with men because of their status. Plain and simple.
Men, y'all, we have to come with 100%. We have to check off every box. But as women,
you have to check off every box. Bitch, you are not checking off the fit box. Facts. My bitch love Coco. Hit her with the pop smoke. You are not checking off every box. Plain and simple. If women had to check off every box, there would be women out here complaining about not getting dick. And I have yet to hear of any. I have yet to hear of any. A woman who is literally homeless, obese, on drugs, broke, not a penny to her name, can still get dick. Not washed, living on the streets, under a viaduct, just living her life like the worst, in the worst conditions humanly possible. She can still get dick. Plain and simple. Now, how many niggas just got bitches that you see pushing a motherfucking cart with an old ass dog with them? Yeah, man, I got these bitches. I can't get them off me, man. Yeah, I'm homeless, but shit, these bitches are everywhere. Nope.
we have to be like, you know what? He provides. He's loyal, so therefore he doesn't have to be physically attractive.
What boxes are y'all checking off? Let me know what you.
We check off everything. We are smart.
Okay.
We provide. We're good wives. We're good mothers. We
good mothers. Boy, don't have me pull up DJ Just J channel. We good mothers. Yeah, okay. Don't have me pull up the AFC podcast. Bullshit. Don't let me do it. We good mothers. We good wives. That's why 1 out of 4 black women are married. 1 out of 4. That means only 25% of black women are even getting married. So you're not checking off all the boxes, ma'am. Or as my man Nino would say, Ms. Hawkins. You're not checking off the physically fit box, Ms. Hawkins. You're not checking off the good wife box, Ms. Hawkins. How y'all good wives and y'all ain't coming from families with wives? I'll repeat that one. How is it that you can just check off the wife box and you come from a family where you don't have no wife blueprints? Y'all mamas ain't married. Y'all grandmamas ain't married. Y'all aunties ain't married. Y'all sisters ain't married. So where the fuck are y'all getting this fucking good wife download? Is this an app y'all downloading? Is there some app I don't know about? Oh, girl, you about to get married? Girl, don't forget you got to download the Good Wife app, girl. Once you download that Good Wife app, it'll tell you everything you need to do and everything you need to know. It got your recipes in it for cooking. It got all your positions for fucking and all that. Nope. The only thing that these black women can check off as far as checking off is the fucking box. Are you fucking? Yes. Are you sucking? Yes. Are you a virgin? NA. Come on, man.
We come from good homes.
You don't.
We can cook. We can clean.
We're
good in bed. Like
you can eat. Yes. We cook. We clean. Boy, have y'all seen them houses these bitches live? Go to the project. Go to a Section 8 house. And to these niggas that's fucking these Section 8 bitches, y'all know good and goddamn well where you fucking at. If there's a bed, it's on the floor. Hopefully there's a box spring. And hopefully there's sheets on the bed. Because the reason why the sheets are usually not on the bed is because the sheets are the curtains in that room. They hanging up over the window. So it's either we fuck on this mattress with no sheets on it, or we put the sheets on it and let anybody that walk by come and see what's happening. Are you a voyeur? Like, come on. Y'all niggas know this ain't true. And I don't know why this nigga ain't calling that shit out. Niggas, y'all know y'all have walked in some of the nastiest houses. Section 8, bitch paying $8 a month in rent, and the house nasty than a motherfucker. Roaches everywhere. The roaches have ridges. Roaches everywhere. In the cereal. Goddamn. In the cereal. In the ashtray with the ducks in it. Like, man, I can't even smoke this duck because these motherfucking roaches is in there. Usually when you go over to that bitch house, you don't even want to cut the lights on because you don't want your moral compass to get on your ass. Because your moral compass will say, nigga, cut that light on. And in your inner mind, because you want to fuck, you like, I ain't cutting this light on. I ain't going to cut the light on. Because I cut the light on, I'm going to see the roaches. And my dick ain't going to be able to get hard. Nope. I'm going to keep this light off. I'm going to sip this yak. I'm going to get into a daze and I'm going to do some cognac fucking. I'm going to hit her with this whiskey dick. And I'm getting out of here. That's what niggas do. And they'll never say nothing to that bitch. Bathroom could be, look on Instagram when you see these bitches taking pictures. They don't even take pictures in their bathroom, and the ones that do, them bathrooms be nasty than a motherfucker. They got a picture where they looking at themselves and you looking in the mirror, you see the toothpaste and shit all on the mirror. You look on the floor, it's panties and shit on the floor. The little thing they rip off when they put the little pad on, that shit is around. Might see a roach or two on the wall if he's feeling photogenical. Y'all niggas know this shit is, y'all know I ain't lying. You go over there and be like, man, that bitch nasty, bro. I just let her suck my dick in the car. Nigga, you still nasty. Don't even get me started in that bathroom. You see all the motherfucking the tools. I gotta call them tools that she gotta use to put that motherfucking weave and them box braids and shit in her hair. You still see the flat iron sitting there. You go in the bathroom and shit. Water ain't running. You're like, how this bitch washing her ass? You thinking, man, I gotta get this nut and I'm out of here. That's what you thinking.
Everything that we have to mount up to, we do. And I feel like as women, unfortunately, we have to settle.
I'm going to take it,
ma'am, you don't.
in the order.
Y'all don't settle until y'all hit 45. Then y'all start to entertain it. And the only reason why you start thinking about it then is because you like, shit, I'ma die. This is when a woman starts beginning to settle. I'm going to tell you. Because what happens to young women is that when they young, they go into the really posh clubs, the ones the creme of the creme de la creme. Then they just start going to the nightclub. They go to the little nightclubs and in they late 20s and 30s. Then they start going to the lounges when they hitting them 30s. They at 35 going to the lounge. In the lounge, that's where everybody start knowing their name. It's like Cheers. Wouldn't you like to get away? Sometimes you want to go where everybody knows your name. Hey, LaQuisha, and they're always glad you came. What's going on, LaQuisha? You wanna be where you can see the niggas are all the same. And you get tired cause all these niggas know your name. Them niggas is up in there, and it gets to the point they start going until they start seeing like, damn, bitch, you a regular, and half the niggas ain't here done fuck. So then they stop going to the lounges, and then they start going to the taverns. Now, the tavern is a mild version of the motherfucking lounge. The lounge may have about 100 people in it on average. Rotation. You know, niggas come in this week, niggas come in next week, niggas. You got a rotation of about 100, 200 niggas. The tavern, it's about 45 niggas in there. That's about it. On a hot night, it's about 45 niggas in that tavern. That tavern, bitch go there, she got her own seat. Or her girls go, they got their own booth. It's always, I said booth. They got their own booth. They go in there, everybody know them. When them motherfuckers come up in there, they spend the first 2 hours saying hi to everybody and catching up, looking at grandkids' pictures and shit like that. Then by the time they realize, like, fuck, I'm tired of coming to this tavern, because the only reason why they getting tired of going to the tavern, because them bitches then got so old they getting sleepy. Yeah, they getting sleepy. So they in that motherfucker, and now they like, shit, bitch, it's 9:30. I'm sleepy. Like, bitch, the fuck you talking about? Fuck you talking about, you sleepy? Bitch, you just got here at 8. I'm tired, girl. Shit. Like, what, you work a double or something? I was off today. I don't work weekends. But you've been out in them streets for so long, and now you went from the top to the bottom. And them taverns ain't got nothing but old ass niggas in there that's divorced or never got married, walking around with the keys on their hip, got vans outside. When you go outside in the parking lot and you see about 7 conversion vans, niggas got them coolers and shit like that out there in them vans, and they fucking in them vans because them niggas ain't got no house because they wife put their ass out about 7-8 years ago. They kids ain't got shit to do with them unless they want some money. Them the niggas that's in the motherfucking tavern. And you sitting there like, damn, I done fell off. Now you start to realize, I got to get out these streets and I got to find somebody to settle down with. Henceforth, the settling. The fucked up thing about it is now, bitch, you 49 trying to do it. And you still don't really get there because you about to have your 50th birthday party. Where? At the tavern. They gonna set it out for you, girl. You gonna have your own table with your wings and spaghetti. You gonna have your cake bought in. Everybody gonna put some money on your money tree. And that's what it is. You up in this bitch. Some of you bitches be in tavern so long, you got a tavern jacket. Yeah, girl, we going down to the twilight, girl. We gonna be at the president. Well, you ain't even on the club. When you at the tavern, ain't no more dance floor. Ain't on the dance floor, ain't no dancing and all that. It's all line dances. Slide to the left, slide to the right, crisscross. Every move got some type of cha-cha in it or some type of crisscross in it, and that's all you doing because old bitches can't move fast. Yes, Jermaine, they call it that hole in the wall. That's what it is. And that's how they're living. And that's when they begin to realize, well, goddamn, I'm an old bitch and I ain't doing nothing but getting older. I ain't doing shit but getting older. And all I'm going to wind up doing is watching my grandkids and my great grandkids. If I don't get me no nigga, I'm going to be by myself.
That you said, because when you ask a question off the top, usually people respond with what's off the top.
Okay.
Right? Your first things that you listed had nothing to do with what men want in women.
So what do y'all want?
And that's the problem. We want a feminine woman that wants to be fit, that wants to take care of the small inconveniences in our lives and reciprocate the value. So if I go, the inconveniences in my life. So for me, for example, I go to work every single day. My wife gets to sleep in if she wants to. I have a trip to Florida in 10 days. She's already booked the trip. She's already booked the flight. She's already taken care of the Airbnbs. I don't have to worry about that. When I sit down, she brings me a warm plate.
Think about it like this. Let me try to make this a little bit more relatable. Yes, because that's what I do. Let me make this a little more relatable. Women, what men really want, we want somebody who can essentially manage our shit. As far as the things that we have going on in our lives, we don't need you to manage our money. We just need you to manage those things that we have in our lives, the things that we need to be managed. And that can be different for different men. Like he said, I don't want to have to deal with planning my trips. I want my wife to be able to do that. I don't want to have to deal with washing dishes. I want my wife to do that. I don't want to have to deal with cleaning the house. I want my wife to do that. And essentially what that is just like having an owner and a manager. I own this shit. I need you to manage it. That's what men want. We want motherfucking qualified, certified, bona fide managers. All of the shit that I don't want to do, I need you to stand in the gap and I need you to do that. I need to know that, and it's not a thing of you doing it because you gotta. You need to do it because you wanna. I want to cook for my man. I want to buy clothes for my man. I want to make sure my man got the shit he need. I want to get up and fix him breakfast. I want whatever he may need. If he want a beer when he gets home in the door, I want to make sure that there's beer in the house, and I want to make sure that I got a cold beer coming out the freezer for him when he get there, because that's what he wants. That's different for every man, but we want women that are going to complement what it is that we're doing. We don't need you to be in the motherfucking place talking about, yeah, you got to do this, I need you to do that. We need you to take care of the shit you can take care of, and the shit you can't take care of, that's what we'll say, don't worry about that, I got it. That's exactly what you want. So you can hear it from me, hear it from the rooftops. The men in the chat, please tell me if I'm lying. We want a partner that is going to stand in the gap and do the things that we don't want to do, or the things we may not have time to do. And it's a little bit of both. I hate washing dishes. I hate it. I had to do it when I was a kid. I can't fucking stand it. I don't like it. I don't do dishes. My wife knows this. I told her this when we were courting. Yes, I said courting. I don't do dishes. I take out that garbage though. I cut that grass. I used to shovel that snow, but hallelujah, I'm in Texas, baby. We don't deal with that shit in Texas, boy. But that's what I do. I pay the motherfucking mortgage. That's what I do. I don't need a motherfucker to come in here telling me we got to split this shit 50-50. Or how about this, Rich? How about we split? Fuck the 50-50. We just split. I don't need a motherfucker to compete with me. I don't need a strong motherfucking woman. I need a soft, feminine, gentle, nice, passive, agreeable. Y'all hear these motherfucking words? I know it sounds like fucking kryptonite to a lot of you women, but that's what the fuck real men want. The men that you say that's gonna take care of their business, take care of their responsibility, and all that shit, that's what the fuck we want. That's it. That's what we're looking for. A motherfucker that's gonna come and do the shit that I don't want to do, don't have time to do, don't feel I should do. And that's the shit that you need to be working out with that nigga you dating, with that nigga you thinking about fucking. That's it. I don't want my woman to be outside trying to get on my grill. Fuck out of here. That's what I do. I barbecue in this motherfucker. Only motherfucker that touch my grill is my brothers. That's it. God damn it. Need no woman on my grill. It's my sanctuary. Get in there and make them motherfucking sides. My wife makes some bomb ass mac and cheese. She makes some bomb ass spaghetti. I do the greens. I do that. But that's what I'm saying. It's the other shit. But however, just like in the kitchen, I'm the motherfucking chef. Everybody else is sous chefs or prep cooks. Hey, I need some onions chopped up. Chop them green peppers up. That's what I need. My wife be on that shit. Those are the things that men want. We don't need a motherfucker to compete with us. We need a motherfucker to complete us. The shit that we doing, the game plan we got going. That's it.
That's something that I look for in a woman. I don't care about if a woman can provide.
But
why would a man care about if a woman can provide?
Do you feel like your household is the typical household that we see now in 2021? Are we now in a atmosphere where it's both women and men bringing things to the table?
Bringing what to the table? What the fuck are things? When you look at what a motherfucker's bringing to the table, I don't need a woman that's going to say, hey, well, I got this and I need a woman that's going to be able to raise my children right. One of the biggest things that I looked at in a wife was that will this woman raise my children the way that I would want them to be raised? Will she take care of my children the way that I want them to be taken care of? If I die tomorrow, will my children be okay? Yes, they gonna miss their daddy like a motherfucker, but will they be okay? It's just like even me and my wife, we had an agreement and we said, look, if any one of us ever check out ahead of time, ahead of schedule, we take an early vacation or early dirt nap, we both said that we would not remarry or have another motherfucker around our kids until they grown. In college or some shit like that. We wouldn't. And I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't want no other woman around my daughter, you know what I'm saying? And having that type of access to my children. I just wouldn't. And I would not want no man having that type of access to my kids because they're not his kids. And just like for that woman, they're not her kids. But when you look at today's women, what are they doing? Most women got motherfucking kids, 3-4 kids, and they got them 3-4 kids by 3-4 niggas, and they just like, hey, shit, who next? Who next? I'm gonna move the nigga in, let the nigga be around my kids. He might kill 2 or 3 of them, but shit, that's all in the game. He ain't kill me.
As far as providing for a household, you say your wife gets to sleep in.
Yeah.
Okay, that's really good.
Yeah.
But that's not typical.
That's because my wife selected me based on my drive and not my appearance. She seen the vision, she seen where I wanted to go, and she helped me get to that position.
So whenever women do that, why do we get called gold diggers? Do you feel like your wife was a gold digger because she looked at your drive, she looked at your ambition, she looked at what you could do for her financially?
No, that's not being a gold digger. A gold digger is a bitch that's saying, oh, this nigga got money and I'm going to hitch my wagon to this nigga so that I can get money from him. That's a gold digger. That's a gold digger. Bitch broke and getting with a nigga just because he got money, ain't add no value to this nigga life, and is steadily trying to siphon that money off of him. Hence the digging for gold. She's digging for more money. She's trying to get more money out of him. That's a gold digger.
My wife was with me since I was 15, so that in particular, I'm gonna give you that, because that's not the typical situation. What I'm trying to get at, if a woman is counted a gold digger if the man already is solidified, and that's what women want in 2021, and that's why it don't work out. Y'all try to go for men that are already solidified, that look a certain kind of way, and then when it don't work out, y'all play dumb.
And here's where he's wrong. Women, you should go for men that are established. You should. Look, there are too many women that have tried to hitch their wagon and tried to invest their time and their energy and their resources and give the best years of their life to a man that is not in a position to be able to provide for them. Facts. There are women who have put themselves in a position and have hitched their wagon to men who cannot take care of them. But he looked good. But he rapping though. But he got good dick. I get it. But don't have a baby with that nigga. When you trying to actually put yourself in a position to where you can be with a man that you can actually build a life with. You need to look at those things that are going to matter in life. Not right now, but in life. What is this nigga's occupation? Well, right now I got this car wash business and I'm washing cars. Okay, nigga, do you own that? Are you making a profit off of that? There is nothing wrong with a woman finding out what a man actually does and what a man is going to be doing and what is actually realistic. Yeah, I'm going to have a string of barbershops across the city, in the next 2 years. Nigga, that's impossible. You don't have one barbershop now. Nigga, you still in barber school. But a woman will look at a man that is a barber or that's finishing barber school and just saying, well, I'm going to be a barber. That's what I want to do. And they'll turn their nose up at that shit. Ah, nigga, you just cut hair. Not realizing that a barber makes really good money. Once a barber gets out of barber school and actually starts to build his clientele, that nigga will make a good living. He'll make upwards of $60,000. Easy. Depending on how much he hustle and exactly how much clientele he has, that nigga can make anywhere between $60,000 to $100,000 a year, depending on how he do his shit. Your average barber is making about 50 grand a year. Easy. That's like just showing up. Showing up. That's what the nigga's making. Now, a nigga that got some drive, nigga that want to get his own shop, nigga that's going to have other chairs in his shop, he's going to even up that even more. If he can really fucking cut, he winds up being you could be the best barber in your hood, best barber in a 10-mile radius, everybody coming to you every weekend, every day. All of the barbers that I know that are actually cutting hair in a shop or got their own shop, those niggas are all making good money. Legit business. Now, some of the niggas I know, they selling weed out there, motherfucker. They pushing a little weight. Shout out to you. I know you getting your money, baby. I ain't gonna call you out on the internet, but that's just what it is. Right, that's another one, Mr. Maxwell. Thank you. Motherfucking men that are motherfucking cutting grass, doing lawn service. You doing lawn service in a place like Florida, Texas. You doing lawn and snow removal in Michigan. Nigga, you got to cut the grass in Michigan every 5 days or you going to be motherfucking fucked up. That grass grows so motherfucking fast in Michigan, boy, please. Even the Mexicans next door that used to live next door to me, they used to be like, ay, caramba, this fucking grass. They cutting that grass every 5 days, goddammit. Right, the HVAC, electricians, plumbers. These women, our women especially, are not going after those niggas. And those are jobs where those men will be making. A plumber that's in the union, certified, got his shit, that nigga's making 6 figures. Electricians, I know one of my best friends from childhood. I know that nigga got plenty of money. Shout out to you, JJ. I know you got it, baby. Him and his brother was fucking linemen. I mean, this nigga goes up on the motherfucking line outside. Like when Katrina and shit like that hit, or Vegas have a storm or some shit like that, that nigga goes out there and gets all the money. Gets all the money. Nigga, I went to school with my man Richard. Shout out to you, brother. Getting all the money. That nigga goes and does all the motherfucking electric, like he runs the the wiring in your house to your motherfucking box. New home or commercial, residential, he go and run the wire and do the shit all in the box where the circuit breakers at. He do that. Our women ain't checking for the niggas that do that. When's the last time you heard a bitch on Instagram talking about where the electricians at? Hey, hit me up. DM me, nigga. Where the plumbers at? Where the carpenters at? They don't do that. And that's because they're delusional in what they think that they can actually get in this world and what man is actually going to commit and be with them.
Look at Brittany Renner. PJ Washington. She dealing with PJ Washington. Oh, he told me this. He told me that. That don't matter. Did he put a ring on that finger? We judge character based off action. We judge characters.
They were married.
We judge character based on actions.
They were married, so I'm confused.
PJ Washington.
Well, here's the thing about that was a bad example. This is why I said we had a bad representative. But that was a bad example because Brittany Renner is going to be, based on her looks, she's going to be in the upper echelon of women. So she can pick the type of nigga she wants. She can be like, nigga, if you ain't making over 500,000, nigga, don't even talk to me. Because of her looks, she has that leverage. Just like with men, when we have money and status, we have leverage. Women, your leverage is your looks, not your education. That's just what it is. Miss Nobody said, the day I met my husband, he had no job. He was looking for one. He became a security guard. That's basically what he was until he got 3 cancers. He worked hard. That was not a bad thing to be. Nope. And my point is that you saw something in him that most women don't even look for. That's not even on a woman's radar when they're young. And that's what I'm saying. When they're young, they should be looking for those things in their men. Because that man, and you're not going to be 22 and find another 22-year-old that got his shit together. It don't work that way. A woman that's 22, 24, she should be looking for that nigga that's 35. That's what she should be doing. Because that man is going to be further along. That man is going to be in a position to be what it is she ultimately wants. A father, a husband. That man at 35 is looking to settle down, build his family, take care of his kids, raise his children. That's what he's looking for because he's gotten his profession figured out. He knows what he's going to do. He's well into his career ladder. But women think, nah, I'm going to find this nigga. I'm going to go and get in this U-Haul truck with me and my other 3 girls, and we're going to drive to Vegas for All-Star Weekend, and hopefully we can try to land on some NBA nut. That's what they looking for.
Brittany Renner was married?
Yes.
Oh, shit, I fucked that up then. But you looking at like situations like Sierra and Future. Look at their situation. You dealing with a man that's been around the block. He got kids. He ain't been taking care of his kids. And now you want to lay up with him. And this ain't even something that's celebrity. Only reason I use celebrities is because we all know them people. Mm-hmm. I can go to the hood right now and show you hella relationships that's messed up because it's a dude that's a crackhead. He got 3 or 4 baby mamas. He ain't doing nothing with his life. But because he look a certain way, all these women want to lay up with him.
Not just because he look a certain way, but women talk, and y'all know y'all do. That nigga that every woman is saying that can fuck, that got a big dick, he know how to make your toes curl. That is the one that y'all want. That nigga that got 4 baby mamas, 5 baby mamas, 12 kids. If he got that dick, y'all are willing to sleep with that nigga. And if you get pregnant, then so be it. Just like them niggas down south where them 3 niggas had like 97 motherfucking kids. Why? That's sexually irresponsible women. Why would you put yourself in a situation to where you're sleeping with a man and potentially can get pregnant by a man that got 8 kids? That's sexual irresponsibility. And now women will try to put that on me. Well, they irresponsible too. They're obviously are here to say, well, shit, this is all I'm here for. A man who got 7, 8, 9 kids and can't take care of 7, 8, 9. If that nigga ain't Nick Cannon, I ain't trying to hear. You ain't got no excuse. You ain't got no excuse to put yourself in a situation to where you even get pregnant by that nigga. And then now you're struck with the moral responsibility. I ain't gonna kill my kids. I'm against abortion. I don't believe in that. Oh, but you believe in fornication. Ain't that about a bitch? These women kill me with that shit. They the most thottiest of the thots. And then once they get pregnant, now they Christians. Ain't that some shit? Pulled up in the CADILL bumping AC. Now you a Christian, bitch. You done slept with this nigga and 4 other niggas in the same week, but now you done got pregnant and you gonna have it. Well, bitch, you don't even know who the daddy could be. Yeah, but we just do a blood test. Is somebody gonna have to step up? Are you fucking kidding me? So fuck this kid and what the fuck this kid gonna have to go through. Fuck that. It don't matter. Right, we'll go to Maury. Then the nigga that you don't want to get pregnant, that you didn't want to have a baby by, that's who turned out to be the father. And now all you got to do now is run off and cry and talk about us gonna be straight. That's what women do. They are sexually irresponsible and they bring their children into it. You want to fuck that nigga raw and catch whatever the fuck you gonna catch? Bitch, that's your right as an American. I get it. But why would you bring a child into a place where he does not even have a stable home? And the problem with that is that I was just talking to my wife about this earlier today, is that it's not a thing of just one, but when this happened to one, there are families where this happened. All the girls do it. None of them married. None of them married. 4 girls, all 4 of them got pregnant at a young age by an ain't shit nigga, ain't with the daddy to this day, and the kid is now 10, 12, 18. Raising them boys up like they niggas, like that's they nigga, and raising the girls up like that's they fucking enemy. Why do we do that to our children, our own flesh and blood? Having them a kid without a father, without being married, you are putting your child at a severe disadvantage. The statistics prove it. So all that strong black independent woman shit, it's all bullshit. It's fucking lies.
There's been a lot of lies said around this dinner table here tonight, but that you can't believe.
There's no reason for a woman today, with the advancements in medicine for contraceptives, fuck a condom breaking, bitch, there's a morning after pill. Fucker, I didn't know I was pregnant until I was 6 months. Bitch, is called a gynecologist. Bitch, if you ain't had a period in a month, go get a test. And not going to Walgreens, go take your ass to the gynecologist and have them motherfuckers check your shit. Knowing good and goddamn well, how the fuck you don't know it's a fucking being inside you growing? It's ridiculous. We do this to ourselves. So you didn't grow up with shit, so now you want your kids to grow up without shit. Let me tell you something. My children, they have a life that was better than mine. Right now, today, they live in a better neighborhood. They have a more stable home. They're in better schools. Well, I went to a great school, though, when I was a kid. But they're in a much better environment. They're in a safer neighborhood. They just are. And the reason why is because I did that on purpose. I was intentional with giving my children a better life. That's it. Why would you put your child in a situation where they got to grow up worse than you, or in a more fucked up situation, or the same fucked up circumstances you grew up in? I ain't know my daddy like that, but I turned out all right. Really, bitch? The fact that you saying that lets us all know that you fucked up. And then you let this little motherfucker grow up, and then this little motherfucker have a baby. Now you a grandmama at motherfucking 32. Well, bitch, you had a kid at 16. The fuck you expect? She don't listen. Well, bitch, I guess it runs in the family.
And date them based on potential. But when you're talking about potential, are you talking about Will Smith before he became Will Smith? Because that's potential. Are you talking about Barack Obama when Michelle Obama held him down through law school? Because that's potential. Mm-hmm. But are you talking about a dude that's just sexually attractive that ain't doing nothing with his life and you hoping that he get it together one day while he living off of your refund check?
I feel like that's
facts. A nigga sitting there telling you, I just need somebody to believe in me. I just need somebody just gonna be down and hold me down, ma. That's all I need. And you sitting there taking back shots like, yeah, you right. Yeah, I believe in you. 10 months later, girl, I ain't fuck that nigga. Yeah, I got his baby. He just better take care of his kid. That's all I know. Meanwhile, I'm fucking his boy. How do you go from that? How do you go and do that and just like, okay with it? I'm good. Yeah, this is the right thing to do. I'm on the right path. I'm getting my shit together. He needs to step up and be a father. Well, bitch, how about you stepping up and demanding a husband? How about that? How about you step up and be a wife to a husband? Then you ain't got to worry about him stepping up and being no father. Because a man that's willing to marry you is damn sure willing to take care of his children. You ain't got to worry about that shit. See how one takes care of the other? You see how that shit works? If I can make myself a suitable wife and I can be sexually responsible, when I do decide to be with a man and have his child, we will already be married because that'll be my requirement. That'll be my expectation. And if that nigga really love me, if that nigga really wants me and really wants to be with me, then he will commit to me and we will be together. It won't be no girl. We don't need no paper to show our motherfucking love, girl. It just is what it is. Nope. Nigga, if you really, let me tell you like this. How many niggas out there, if motherfucking Rihanna, well, she about to have, she with a nigga already. She with A$AP Rocky. But if Rihanna told you, nigga, you want to be with me, you need to marry me. Fuck that bullshit. You want to have kids with me? You want to give me your baby, nigga, when you fucking me and all that shit? You want me to have your baby? Prove it, nigga. Marry me. Why I got to be all like that? I ain't ready for all that shit. I gotta, get myself together. Then, nigga, we ain't ready to have kids. So let me keep popping this motherfucking Plan B and sipping this Henny, and we can have us a good old night of Netflix and chilling and fucking or whatever. But a woman won't do that because deep down, you ultimately want to be with a motherfucker. And if you know that nigga ain't shit and you do get pregnant, bitch, don't let it happen or just have the fucking abortion. But you don't even have to be in a situation to where you have to have an abortion. I get it. An abortion could be a very traumatic experience. I understand that. Bitch, don't put yourself in that position. Don't put yourself in that position. You know, I am definitely afraid of being stabbed. I'm terrified of being stabbed. That's why I carry a gun. Because a nigga ever pull a knife out on me, I'm shooting him. I'm not going to be in a position where I'm like, oh, I'm stabbed, I got stabbed, oh my God. I'm not going to ever be in that situation. Nigga got to get the drop on me if they going to stab me, or I got to be in jail and get shanked.
It's easier said than done. Like you said, you want women to go. You're telling me women should date based off potential, but as soon as we do that, we get called every negative name in the book. If we look at a man and say, hey, he has a good job, he can financially provide for me, he might not be the best looking, but I look good, we automatically get labeled a gold digger.
That's a fucking lie. Lies, lies, boom, boom, boom. Lies, 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 lies. So tell me why the fuck you lie. That is a lie. I've never heard a motherfucker say that. I've never heard a nigga say that. Man, she just with that nigga, man, because he got that job at the post office. What? What? I ain't never heard that shit. Yeah, she just with that nigga, man, because he a motherfucking police officer, man. That's the only reason why she with that nigga. Get the fuck out of here.
You're crazy, man. You're crazy. I like you. But you're crazy.
That shit is not true. And I don't know why this nigga let her keep saying that. Show me where. Show me the man. Now, if that nigga's a motherfucking NBA basketball player and he wants to marry you, bitch, ain't no gold digging with it. Because any bitch that'll turn around and a bitch will be more likely and more inclined to say that you a gold digger, bitch. You was with that nigga because he got money. A bitch will be more inclined to say that shit than a nigga would because a bitch is gonna want to be in your situation. If you see a motherfucking man that got a great job, man that got great some shit going for himself, he got his own business, he's successful, he's actually getting some fucking profitability out of his business. There ain't no startup that it just started. If he's really doing that, bitch, you a goddamn fool if you think if you more worried about being called a gold digger because you want to be with a man like that.
But you're telling me that's what we should be going after. But you're also saying that look at Brittany Renner. She went after a guy that could financially provide for her. He might not have been the best guy, but she was. Would you consider Brittany a gold digger?
I would consider her an opportunist.
And I get that. That nigga chose to be with her and get her pregnant and all that shit. Hey, man. We are all, in some shape, form, or fashion, opportunists. There are plenty of men that would do shit for a woman based on what she does for him or based on how she looks that he wouldn't do for another woman. Plenty. And that's because of what she has. You're taking advantage of what she has. I want access to what she has or what she does. And it's the same thing for a woman. And my thing would be this: if you're doing that and you are intentional on what you're doing and it's wholeheartedly, you're coming from the heart with it, that's what you've desired, fine. Now, if you're a fake bitch and you just doing it just to get access to that man's resources, then you're not necessarily a gold digger. You're just a shallow bitch and an opportunist. Happens all the time. You can be an opportunist or you can be a shallow bitch that's just with a nigga just because that nigga has something that you don't, like a fucking house, like a fucking car, like food. You'll be surprised at how many bitches are out here barely living, not barely making it, barely able to live and survive. Because they don't have any fucking type of fucking income that where they can at least take care of themselves. My thing is, my expectation is this: any woman that is single today, if you are not in a position to where you are able to financially take care of yourself and get yourself and buy yourself the things that you need, that should be your task. A woman who got her shit together, in my opinion, is a woman who can actually take care of herself. She can clothe, feed, and house herself. All of that she does on her own without the assistance of begging from a man. Without the assistance of begging from a man. I need a nigga. If this nigga pay my phone bill, I'm good. I'm on OnlyFans, but I still need this nigga to go ahead and pay this condo for me. I give some pussy for the condo. If you can't take care of yourself and provide the lifestyle that you want to live on your own, bitch, you slipping. And that's where your work needs to be. I'm preparing my daughter right now to be in a situation to where when she becomes an adult, that she is able to provide the lifestyle that she wants for herself. So when she does decide to get married and to have a child with a man and have a family, then at the very least, she's able to provide and bring to the table her own self-sufficiency. Now, being able to cook, clean, mother, wife, all that shit, yes, she needs to be able to do that. But she should be able to say, nigga, I don't need you to buy red bottoms. I got them myself. Shouldn't no nigga be able to tell my daughter, bitch, if I wouldn't, I bought you your first red bottoms. She'll be like, no, nigga. Nigga, I had that Range Rover before I met you. Nigga, I was in a motherfucking $300,000 house before we got married. Now, after we got married, our powers combined, we did the Captain Planet shit, and we did all that, then that's fine. That's wonderful. Yes, I had an asset. Yes, I didn't have no debt when we got married. Nigga, I paid off my student loan in the first 3 years of my after I became a fucking doctor. After my residency, I paid off all my shit, nigga. I didn't have no debt. Shit I had on my credit cards was just me building my credit, nigga. That's how a woman should be. That's how you women should be today. Put yourself in a position to where you're able to provide and take care of yourself. That's it. All that extra shit, all that other shit you want to be able to do and want to be, bitch, you want to be on top of your game, come to the motherfucking table with no debt. Come to the table already established. If you want to say, I'm bringing something to the table, yeah, you got looks, you can cook, you can clean, you can manage the shit that I have in my life, and you ain't got no debt, great. That's a plus. That's a feature, a benefit.
For sure, and I think that her resume shows that, and I think that that's why she's catching the flack. She's catching the flack because she promoted herself and branded herself as a woman that would go after men for a check.
Why can't we go based off potential and opportunity?
So I'm gonna go ahead and address this because this is a great point. So NC says if she can do all this stuff on her own, then why does she need a man to do it for her? These are the type of women that don't go through men like tissue. The reason why she needs a man to do that is because that's when they come together to actually build a family. That's why. That woman that's making $75,000 a year, making $62,000 a year, yes, she can take care of herself. And that man that's making $62,000 a year, $54,000 a year, yes, he can take care of himself. And by their finances and assets combined, they can now have children and be able to provide a life for their children. Don't have to be the extravagant one, but they can at least provide for that kid. One kid at least. That's why. That's exactly why. If she has all that stuff and she's looking for a man that can lay pipe and you ain't talking about a plumber, that's great. She can. But she needs to get with a man that she can build a life with. You can't build a life off a good dick. Newsflash. You can't build a life off of good dick. You can't build a life for your children because you can get good dick. You just gonna live on your own and ain't gonna have kids? Have all the dicks you want. Ride the cock carousel until you can't ride it no more. That's it. But when you're trying to actually build something, I want to have assets, I want to have children, and I want to be able to leave my children with some shit, then yes, you need to have some shit. I want to leave my children with some things. I want to leave my children in a better financial position than I'm in. Yes, that's what I want to do. I want to be able to provide a stable household for my children. I want my children to be able to relate to men and women just like they see me relating to me and between me and my wife. I want my children to be used to having a man in the house. I want my son to see what a father does. I want my son to be able to see what a man does. I want my daughter to see what a man does and what a father is, so that they will be able to find the same exact thing. I want to be the blueprint for my children, just like my wife. I want my daughter to see what a blueprint for a mother is. I want her to see and witness my wife taking care of my son to see what it is that a mother does. I want to see my daughter. I want my daughter to see my wife catering to and taking care of her man and her family, because that's what a woman and a mother does.
You can go based off of potential and opportunity, but the problem is y'all not going off of potential and opportunity. Y'all going off of men that are already successful. That's the problem.
And there's nothing wrong with that. You have to look at the age that we're dating at this point. There are people becoming more successful younger and younger. We're not talking about these people that are...
That's bullshit. What is successful? What is successful? You should be, and here's a message to you young women. You should be looking for a man that does have potential. I get it, but you should be looking for a man that is established because it's the best opportunity for you at a young age. Because here's the thing, when you're young, what you offer a man who is established or damn near well established, what you are offering that man is your youth, your beauty, and your skills to be able to mother and to be a wife. Your management skills. That's why young women, yes, you should learn how to cook. Yes, you should know how to clean. Yes, you should know how to mother, take care of a child, be able to take care of your man. Yes, you should. Because that man that you want to be able to provide for you a stable household where you don't have to worry about the paying the mortgage, where you don't have to worry about if the lights gonna get cut off and all that, that needs to be, you're gonna find that with an established man. Not a man who's just now starting out, who's still paying off his student loans, who's just got into college, that just got out of college, that's going to school. That's great. You can date that man, but don't settle down with that man. I'm telling you. Give yourself the best odds for success. Do you want to date it? Why are you going after a man that's the local hood rapper as opposed to the man that just graduated pre-med? Y'all ain't looking for that nigga because he's lame. He wears glasses. He looks like a nerd. 6 years later, 6 figures later, and 6 motherfucking Benzes later, now that's the nigga you wish you would have sucked his dick instead of the other nigga who dick you sucked after the motherfucking local show he did in his truck. That's just what it is.
Becoming successful in their 50s and 60s. People are becoming millionaires in their young 20s.
That's Instagram. That's the difference in perspective. Men don't reach financial potential, the peak of their financial potential, until about 55 to 65 years old.
That's not always true, though.
It's not always.
That's incorrect. Usually it's around in their mid to late 40s is when they start to hit it. They're in that job. They're in their careers. They've pretty much paid off all of their major debt, except for like a house or something like that. So they're usually like in their mid to late 40s, 43, 44, 45, something like that. That's when they're hitting that stride. So yes, you want to be with that dude. You want to be dating that dude at 35. Not you, bitch, being 35, him being 35. Now, you may find a few men that may hit that a little bit early, but in general, most of those men that you're talking about that can do that hit that stride, you want to be dating them when they're in their mid to late 30s, because when they hit that stride, what happens then, the more money they make, the more successful they are, the more financially stable they are, the more options they have. So if I'm a man, just got my big promotion, I'm now that district manager or whatever the case may be, and now I'm making $140,000 a year. Yes, I'm not gonna pick no bitch that's 42 with me. I'm gonna want a bitch that's 24. That's what it is. Exactly, David. She's not basing success in what reality is. She's going off of what's being pushed on social media and TV. She's dreaming. Every woman that's talking about, I want a Beyonce, I want a Barack Obama. Bitch, how many Barack Obamas are out there? Really? How many Jay-Z's are out there? Come on. How many Drakes are you going to run across? It's only, hear this, ladies, it's only what? 350 or maybe 400 NBA ball players? You hear that? Think about how many women are on the planet. And listen to what I just said. It's only roughly about maybe 400 basketball players. And out of that 400 basketball players, only maybe about 200 or 300 of them are millionaires. You still got some basketball players that are only $100,000 heirs. I think the average basketball player, when they get into the league, I think the league minimum salary is like $350,000 or $400,000 or something like that. So take that into account. Then you got to take into the account the selection of women that they have. And it's like, I don't understand how these women who are trying to make their next move, their best move, are not logically thinking. They are so delusional, and they think that they can have their hot girl summers. They can be the hoes that they always wanted and dreamed of being. They can take all the dick that they want and then think when they're ready at 40, they're going to find the man of their dreams with the dream bank account, the dream job, and only wants to be with them and them alone. That is some of the most delusional shit I've ever heard of. There is no logical reason why a man who has what you want him to have wants to be with your ass when you 35, 40. Bitch, you are on the decline. Facts. I ain't trying to hurt no feelings. I'm trying to help somebody. Shorty, I'm just trying to save you. It don't work that way. And if women would just recalibrate their thinking and try to make those decisions that they're trying to make at 40, that they see their aunties and their mamas making at 40, 45, if y'all would start making those decisions at 20, 25, you would be in a much better situation. You would be winning then, as opposed to just saying, well, fuck it, I'm going to do this OnlyFans and this Instagram modeling until shit, something happen. I get pregnant by a rich nigga at some point. I'll at least be able to get a little money. That's insane that these women think that that shit is like what it is. And that's what a lot of our women, especially black women, that's the predicament that they're in. And they wind up becoming literally old hoes. You an old bitch that got some great cock stories and some great nigga stories, but you have nothing to show for it. Rookie average will come in making about $900, almost $1 million. There we go. So that $925,000, thank you, David. That $900,000 really comes out to be around maybe $6, which is great. But it's like, bitch, that nigga that's making that money got options like a motherfucker. And unless you look like a fucking model and you fuck like a porn star, at 35, that's the only way you got a chance. And most motherfuckers in that position, most NBA rookies don't want a 35-year-old bitch. Unless you Carmelo Anthony. Carmelo sitting there like, shit. Most of those rookies don't want that. Why would I take that when I can take a motherfucking 22-year-old that don't want to do nothing but what the fuck I say? A bitch that's 35 got opinions. A bitch that's 35 got attitude. A bitch that's 35 got her ways. A bitch that's 35 got her own expectations. A bitch that's 22 just along for the ride and just want to look good. When you 25 or you 22 and you got that type of mentality where you saying, yeah, this the motherfucker I'm going to be. Yeah, that nigga that's just in the league will choose your ass. But how many of those do you have access to? And how many of you look the part that a motherfucker making that kind of money gonna marry? Not fuck, marry. There's a difference between being a nigga's box and being a nigga motherfucking that's gonna get a nigga's rock. It's a big difference. Men, on the most part, will fuck just about anything. However, who we choose to marry, whole different ball game.
But see, now we going to the exceptions.
But you don't know who I date. What if I date the exception?
We going to the exceptions.
What if I date the exception?
But you,
Bitch, that's a lie. Lie detector test determined that's a lie. You don't date the exceptional nigga. You don't. You don't. You don't. Because if you did, you'd have one by now. That's just the truth. And a lot of women that look like her think just like she thinks. I date the exception. I get the right man that's going to get me with it because I got my education. I got a good job. Yeah, but you ain't going to get that nigga that's making $1 million a year. He's not picking you. He's not. He might bend you over, but he's not picking you. He's just not going to do it.
don't, because if you was dating the exceptions, you would still be with him.
Who said
Facts.
I'm not with him?
Okay,
You're not.
Maybe that's fair. Okay, what I'm basically getting at is women are looking for the wrong. Name me one good king, one good conqueror that had one woman.
LeBron.
You think LeBron got one? I'm an athlete. I'm an ex-professional athlete.
Okay, let's play her game. I'll play. Let's say LeBron. How many of y'all can get a LeBron? And this is the part of the delusion where I'm trying to really like help some women. How many women out there can literally say, I can get the next LeBron? Because here's the thing, ladies. There's only one. There's only one. And LeBron been with that girl since he was in high school. And shout out to him and shout out to her. And shout out to Chef Talk. Shout out to Carcino. Shout out to Thomas Sotomayor. Shout out to DJ Just J. I ain't shit. But when you look at that and you say, this nigga Mike Adams said Lala fine though. Man, get the fuck out of here. Lala old bitch. All that shit you talking 10, 15 years ago, yeah, Lala was fine. Lala is not fine now. Lala is an old bitch. You catch Lala without that makeup and tell me if she fine. You catch Lala offset and tell me if she fine. Man, please. You don't see Lala nowhere unless she got on everything. Everything. Lala used to be an attractive woman. Lala used to be fine. Facts. But now, no, sir. Lala is old and she looks it. Any motherfucker that's willing to look past the makeup and the rouge and all of the other foundation and concealer and shaders and all that shit and the filters, nigga, Lala is average at best with her old ass. That's just the reality of it. But my thing is this. How many women, how many LeBrons are out there? How many LeBron? Here's my thing. How many great basketball players have I seen in just my lifetime? I'm 48. Just straight great, excelling in all areas. As good as they play their sport, they are actually making that money too. You got who? Tiger Woods, Michael Jordan, Kobe Bryant, LeBron James. You could probably name them and it won't be more than let's just be generous. It ain't gonna be more than motherfucking 50. No, better yet, I'm gonna stretch it out. It ain't gonna be more than 100. Bitch, you couldn't get near one of them. If you walk by them naked with a sign that says free sex and free head, you wouldn't be able to do it. They gonna pass, they gonna walk on by. Bam, 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 bam. Fat bitch, bye. Cause I'm not fucking you, cause I might die. You look like a lineman for the Patriots front line. I'm gonna walk on by. Walk on by. Ain't nobody picking her. And I'm saying like this. When you look at those men, those 100 men that may be in that 1% or whatever the fuck, less than 1% probably, You don't have a chance at getting those men because those men have options. They just do. And I'm telling you like this, when what he was saying to LeBron's point, yes, LeBron has been he's been probably the most he's probably been the best celebrity ever to be on social media because he ain't never had no fuck shit. But I'm quite sure LeBron has felt the insides of another woman along his road that he's traveled thus far. And she's smart enough to play her cards right. If you play your cards right, LeBron is gonna come home tonight. If you play your cards right with him. She ain't letting go of that billionaire. The fuck? She could come home. LeBron's wife could come home and find LeBron fucking her mama. And she ain't leaving. And she be smart not to. Nigga, you fuck my mama, you ain't shit. I don't want to talk to you for the next 4 days. I'm on a plane.
Come on, let's keep it a buck. You think LeBron ain't? And I'm not even going, and you can't even count Martin Luther King because he was sleeping around.
He was.
Right, so what we talking about? Any good man that has already been established? Come on, let's just keep it a buck.
Any man that has celebrity like that, any woman, the majority of women are going to fuck him. Not just want to fuck him, given the opportunity, will fuck that nigga. Plain and simple. Plain and simple. Don't matter how they look, the fact that they have that status and they are a celebrity, they are in that point, whatever percent, that 1% of men that has those options. And yes, 95% of the women that come across that motherfucker will fuck that man. Plain and simple. They fuck Martin. They'll fuck Jordan. They'll fuck LeBron. There's plenty of them women that just say, I just want to fuck you, nigga. That's it. Plenty of bitches will do that.
Just saying,
it's a clean image. Didn't we just discuss that if you text everybody in your phone right now, you said 100% success rate will sleep with you. That's not the case for average men. Do you know that 30% of men will be virgins by the age of 30? Will have never touched a woman. That means that women have the selective choice of who they mate with. So you have the responsibility of who you allow in your body. Y'all choosing them based off appearance. That's what I'm trying to get at.
Yes. They're choosing them off of status, what they got, and what they can get. Women want access to resources. They just go about it the wrong way. Ms. Bell says, so you being a married man yourself, you're giving LeBron a pass because of his status? Let me tell you something. If I was a billionaire and I was LeBron James on the road half the season and out and about, yes, I would have the expectation for my wife to know, yes, a thought or two might grace these balls. Because my thing is, just as many women that are out there in the world that would want me to be faithful, those same exact women would be the ones that would sleep with that man just because of who he is. That's just the truth. Any woman that is with a man that is a celebrity, that is that has a tremendous amount of wealth, millionaires, them niggas have options. They have options, and there are women that will fuck them, whether it's their secretary or whether it's some bitch that they meet at a club on a road trip or at a bar in the lobby of a hotel. They will do that. That's just it. Ms. Bells, I can tell you right now, let me prove my point. Whatever your dream celebrity crush is, you would fuck that nigga if that nigga got a wife or not. How many women is going to tell me that I'm lying? Please. Your dream celebrity crush, whoever that nigga is, you fucking him. Married or not. You got one night only. You got one night. The stars and the moons have aligned. And you are in the same place as this nigga is. And this nigga is eyeing you, or as in the Nutty Professor, that nigga is hawking you and you hawking him. I'm hawking you too. You gonna do it. Motherfucker never know. Not to say you go run off and marry him, but you would do it. Plain and simple. You tell me how many celebrity men, and just think about it, how many celebrity men that are having women throw themselves at them on the regular are just turning down all that pussy. The majority of them are not. They're just not. That's just what it is. Because of what women will do. Y'all know what y'all would do. Y'all got bodies that y'all ain't even claiming right now. Let's just be real. A woman say that she did motherfucking whatever that, what's the rule? Or whatever a woman say, you add 3 to it or multiply it by 3 or some shit like that. I done been with 4 niggas. That means you done took and you done handled 12 dicks. Well, that was just one time. I just jacked his dick off in the car. I just sucked his dick that one time. Or he just only fucked. We only fucked for like 2 minutes. But I don't count that. Women body counts are fucked up and they don't tell the truth. That's the fact. Y'all know that shit. Y'all know it. Y'all know that motherfucker. Y'all know these niggas are out here and y'all know them body counts. Y'all know y'all got 1 or 2 niggas whose dicks y'all done took and y'all ain't counting it. Y'all, thank you, DLT. They love to say, oh, that one don't count. I was drunk and under normal circumstances, I wouldn't have fucked him, but I think he did fuck me. Bitch, you know he did. Stop lying. Hell, half y'all women out here now, half of y'all fantasizing about fucking another nigga when you laying up with your husband. Facts. Yes, the idea is to have yours and only yours. And all I'm saying is you can have that when you are realistic in your choice. Y'all know good and goddamn, thank you, Deb. Y'all know good and goddamn well that y'all got dicks that y'all don't count. Y'all got bodies on y'all motherfucking shit that y'all don't count. And you think about them every time a motherfucker asks you, well, how many niggas you been with? Well, I ain't gonna count Trayvon. And I'm not counting Raquan. I'm not counting Ladarius. Because that was only one night. And I just sucked his dick. Because I needed that $80. Some of y'all be like, I just sucked this dick because I needed that $40. I needed to get that Uber. I needed to eat that night. I was tired of being in the house. I had been in the house for 6 months. Right, I was on vacation. Motherfuckers, bitches going them girls trips going to motherfucking Jamaica. Boy, knowing good and goddamn well, all them niggas in Jamaica is trying to fuck any bitch from the States. Y'all know this. Because they trying to get the fuck up out of Jamaica. Bitches all the time be like, yeah, you know, after your first love, that one that break your heart, yeah, that next nigga that you with, he don't count. You was just fucking him to get over that other nigga. You was getting over your first love by getting under this other nigga, his friend. Right. R2D said, I fucked this one girl in the bathroom at a rave and never called her name. And that bitch don't count you to this day. You a dick, she don't count. She was popping X and was feeling good and was having her hot girl summer. Some bitches will even say that. Oh, I don't count my hot girl summers. I don't count them because that was a different me. That was me going through my hoe phase. That lets you know right then and there where a woman's mentality is, where most women's mentalities are when they say we have hoe phases. Watching, what's that TV show, Insecure? That bitch is the biggest fucking hoe / slut ever. But she's a blueprint of most typical modern women today. Hoe phase.
And y'all got a layout. All you got to do as a woman is, okay, so for men, our burden to society, our burden to humanity is to build civilizations. That's our job.
I've even heard women say, I got secrets with this bitch. What that mean? I've heard women say that. I got secrets with this bitch. Me and that bitch got secrets. That bitch better not never say nothing to me because we got secrets. Basically saying, you got shit you done did that's bogus. I got shit that I done did that's bogus. We both witnessed it. So we're going to call us truce. We're going to call it a stalemate. Just like in chess. Shake your hand. Nobody wins. Game over.
Whatever you want, I'm going to provide. Men, build the microphone, build the camera, build the house. This is all men. This is what we do. We provide. You going to make the face like we don't do that? This is what we do. We provide for.
Historically, women have started things first a lot of the time, but it's okay. Go ahead.
What? What, bitch? Name it, please. Don't count Madam C.J. Walker and you tell me what the fuck have women built. Show me the civilization that women have established. Show me the country that women have developed. Show me the city that women have built from the ground up. Show me that. Show me the land where women over generations have built that land.
The reason why I feel like it is men, because I feel like men have too many options. I feel like men kind of are at this point, like they find something good, but they're never satisfied. So whenever they feel like something else comes to them that might be a little bit better, unfortunately, they hop on that. And
that's a lie. Because if that was the truth, more men would be filing for divorce than women. That's a fucking lie. If men were the ones that's always trying to find something better, trying to find something more, trading the 80% for the 20%, they would be filing for divorce way more than women. Women do that. Women will hold on, will have the monkey syndrome where they're holding on to one branch, steady reaching for another, and then once they grab that other one, they will let that one go. That's why when most women get out of relationships, they're getting right out of one and right into another. Facts. When most women get out of marriages, they already got a slew of niggas waiting in the wings because niggas are always ready and willing to fuck. There's always a nigga with a cape on waiting to save a bitch. Always. Bitch can have 7 kids by 8 different niggas and it's a nigga waiting to save her and take care of her and be there with her and them kids. I'ma treat them like they mine. They always do it. Very seldomly do you see a woman by herself and being by herself by choice and she looks like something. Very seldomly will you see a woman leaving one relationship to just be by herself. Bullshit. She's going to be with a nigga that got more money, that got more swag, that got more dick than the nigga that she with. A woman will be with a motherfucking barber until she can find a barbershop owner. A woman will be with a nigga playing basketball in college until she can find a nigga that's playing basketball in the NBA. Yes, Rulia, it's that codependency. They always want to be with a man. They always want to be with a better man. They're always looking for the grass to be greener on the other side. And if a woman can get out of a relationship with a man, still have his baby, still get his child support, and still get funded by this nigga, she will gladly go be with another nigga. Just like Dr. Dre's wife. That bitch went from Sedale Threet to Dr. Dre. And now she's leaving Dr. Dre and she gonna find another nigga who will never marry her because she won't allow it because she don't want to stop getting that money from Dre. Bitch can't build her own shit. Bitch can't do her own shit. How many men and how many women do you see breaking up with motherfuckers and then just starting over and building their own shit? You don't see it. It's not common. Bitches lost their mind at the fact that Kenji was getting child support. I mean, not child support, but getting alimony from Mary J. Blige. Bitches lost their, he a weak ass nigga. That nigga ain't shit. He ain't no man. He ain't no man. He weak as hell for motherfucking getting that money off of her like that. Fuck you mean? Alimony is alimony. It's bullshit.
They take that next option.
So when I just said the statistic that 30% of men will be virgins, that didn't like do anything.
Yep, Jennifer Hudson's ex. He ain't shit. He a weak nigga. The nigga that was Kevin Federline. He ain't shit. Who takes from a woman like that? Who takes from a man like that? That bitch said that she was responsible for Dr. Dre's career. That bitch, she was responsible and she played a part in that nigga becoming a billionaire. Get the fuck out of here. Unless you Jeff Bezos' wife, bitch, please. That bitch was not only there from the ground up, that bitch invested her money, her time. She went to school and she worked while that nigga was trying to make Amazon. Then she had her parents invest their money, their time into his business. So yes, that bitch deserved all $36 billion she got. And what did motherfucking Jeff Bezos do? Was he online talking about, that's a weak bitch. That bitch trying to get me for everything I got. Nope. That nigga went and said, go ahead, baby. Take this 36 billion because I'm about to make another 60. And did it.
That didn't prove, that didn't show to you that men don't, by and large, have the majority of the options. Men get with what they can get. Women get to choose who they want when it comes to sexual opportunity.
I feel like virgins could be not shit too. So no.
So everybody in your phone that you get to choose from, those are all men that are in your plethora of people you can be involved with. Now it's up for you to decide whether those men are good candidates for you to be involved with. Now that's your responsibility as a woman. Like I said, a man's responsibility is to build civilizations and societies. A woman's responsibility is to bring forth the next generation of society builders.
A woman's responsibility is to actually nurture and manage that society. She is to tie up the loose ends in that society. She is to make things go smoother. She is to enhance that society. Just like a man will build a house, a woman will decorate it and make it a home. Just like a man will deposit a seed to have a child in a woman will enhance and actually care for that child. She'll feed that child. She'll feed that child the food that man brings home. A man will bring home meat and groceries. A woman will cook that food and make it a meal. That's what a man and that's what a woman does. A man builds and a woman enhances it. A man will put the framework together. He will put up the fortress and a woman will decorate the inside of it. She'll make it look nice. She'll make it smell nice. She'll clean it up. She will take care of, she will manage that castle. That's what a woman will do or should do. And if a woman looked at a man and said, how can I make this nigga's life better and easier? Not just by, aside from fucking him. Aside from throwing it back, what else can I do for this man to make his life better? Like a fucking Kim Kardashian. She helped Kanye become the billionaire that he is. She had the keys and she had access to shit that he did not. She was the one that got him behind the veil of the fashion world. A man ain't gonna necessarily just go through and build a house and then say, okay, I'm gonna have gray here and I'm gonna do a gray and yellow offset. He's not gonna do that unless he's gay. But most men will say, hey, here's this thing that I have built. Here's this thing that I have set. I'm going to go continue to build this other shit so I can take care and maintain this shit. I need you to come in and actually furnish it, make it look good, make it smell good, make it feel warm and cozy, make it somewhere that's ours. That's what it is.
That's your job.
No. I feel like I have to disagree. I feel like women build families, women build households, women build homes. So I'm gonna have to disagree with you there.
How can you say that women build these things and you say that men are responsible for the failings of relationships,
Yes.
but the things that you listed that women are bringing to the table in relationships aren't things that men want in relationships?
Maybe not what you want, but I feel like that's what the typical man wants.
If I can,
That is not what the typical man wants. That is not what the typical man wants. This is the delusion that she's in. She thinks that as opposed to holding herself accountable and responsible to what he just said and the things he's been saying, she will not hold herself accountable and say, well, damn, maybe I got it wrong. Maybe I need to listen to this man and at least take heed to what he's saying. At least acknowledge what he's saying, because shit, what he's saying could very, what if what he's saying is true? Then what does that mean for you? You're way off base, and you be damned if you admit that.
provide for my family and my kids, and I make enough money to do that by myself, why do I care about how much money you bring to the table when you want me to pay all the bills anyway? So when I ask you what you bring to the
men are paying
table,
all the bills nowadays?
when I
See how she didn't answer the question? He said, if I'm a man and I got the money and I'm taking care of the kids, I'm taking care of the house, why would I give a fuck about how much money you make? I don't. I don't. That's the thing. We don't. I'm just saying, and you can talk about the few women that do have an abundance of wealth, like a Kardashian, like a Serena Williams, like a Venus Williams, but they're so few and far and in between, they're less than 1%. Most men do not give a shit about the money that you make when we have our own. Now, if I'm a broke nigga and ain't slinging nothing but dick, yeah, I do care, bitch, because I ain't bringing nothing but dick to the table. And while I'm fucking you, I'm going to be fucking your friends. While I'm fucking you, I'm going to be fucking your cousins. While I'm fucking you, I'm going to be fucking your sister if she let me. Because that's what I do. I sling dick. I got this baby arm and I'm sharing it. That's what a man is going to do when that's all he bringing to the table. So you should expect that. Don't be mad when you at work, that nigga's fucking your girl. He ain't gonna be with her, but he'll damn sure be with her.
I ask you,
They're
what do
not.
you, when I ask you,
Men are asking women to split checks. Women go to dinner and men are asking to go Dutch.
that's because you asked for equality.
Men are not paying
If
bills.
you ask for equality, we give you what you want. You ask.
What men that have money are doing this? I don't see it. And yes, women have asked for equality, but most women who've asked for it, who want to be equal and want to have this equality thing, the feminists out there, those men that they're dating either have less than what they have or they have just as much, and if they have just as much or more, they're not doing that shit. Because most men that got money are builders. Most men that got money, they've established themselves. And most men that got some money, they're not worried about a fucking meal, bitch. We ain't got to go Dutch. I got that shit.
For society, we give you
giving us
what you
equality
want.
because you're broke and because we can provide better.
Oh, is that what it is? Because when
that's how I
last
feel.
time I checked, women don't make as much as men on average. Last time I checked, there's a lot of women that think they
Right.
boss babes and boss B words walking around here that's solo and angry and sad.
See.
And when you talk about the women that do get money, they're either some type of social media model, they selling pussy, or they're selling sex, or whatever the case may be. It's not long term. When we all go back and look at the OnlyFans models, if that's what you want to call them, and the women that are doing private bookings on Instagram, look at them 10 years, 15 years, 20 years from now. When those bitches are 40, 50, they will not be having half of the shit that they had when they were in their 20s. They won't. Because a man that's looking at a 26-year-old bitch on OnlyFans They're still going to be looking at a 24-year-old bitch that's on OnlyFans 20 years from now. I don't want to see your ass and grow. I am not going to be a man on OnlyFans watching Suki Hana at 50. I'm not. Those niggas that's watching Suki Hana right now are watching other bitches just like her. And by the time she gets old, they ain't going to be watching her no more. It's going to be some old ass niggas that's going to be like, yeah, I'll watch it for a little bit. But she won't have half the niggas that's watching her now when she's 50. She won't. Exactly. And when you look at the numbers, women are the most that are in debt, and they're the ones that spend the most money. So they're not building it, they're not investing it, and the majority of them are not building it, they're not investing it, and they don't have it when they get old. They don't. That Instagram thought money goes and it comes in. It's just the money that these women are making on Instagram and they're making on OnlyFans, those bottle chicks and all that. It's the same thing as just it's basically they're cyber strippers. That's it. So yes, a stripper can make $3,000 in a night. Top of the game, top of the line. She can make $1,000 a day. She can do that. She will not have that same type of cash flow 20 years from now. She won't. She won't. She's a cyber stripper. That's essentially what it is. And just like all strippers, they have a cycle. They start out low, then they peak, and then they fall off. That's why most strippers start out stripping, start out being at the posh strip clubs, the best strip clubs, and by the end of it, on that downstroke, they sucking and fucking and dating until they can't suck and fuck no more, and then they find a nigga that will take them in. That's what they do. Exactly, Jason. They ain't got no 401k. They don't have no IRA. They don't have no insurance. And that's why they trying to find a nigga with benefits at 45. Let me get with this nigga that's at the post office and got 27 years in because he'll be retiring and I can be on his insurance. That's the reality of it. So yes, a bitch that's on OnlyFans, up on Fresh and Fit, dropping her Instagram and dropping her OnlyFans and all that shit. Yep, she can get that money now, but she will not have that money later. She won't. 2-3 years from now, yes, she can still have some money. 10-15 years from now, nope. Those lifestyles are not sustainable lifestyles. They're not careers. They're jobs. A job will last you for a few years. A career will last you for a lifetime. It'll be a retirement. Them bitches are not taking them thousands of dollars and dropping them in IRAs. The percentage of them that are, it's very few and far and in between. Right. They cars are old. They own they bags, they Louis bags and they Chanel bags are old than a motherfucker. Chanel is timeless. Yes, it is, but it's still old. They can't go. That same bitch that was dropping a Chanel bag every month or dropping a Louis bag every month at 27 ain't dropping that same bag every month at 47. Not happening.
I don't like that. I don't like that. So you're telling me just because she's a boss, she has to be solo, she has to be bitter, she has to be by herself? I have to disagree because I feel like whenever men want to be a boss, whenever men want to be this like mogul, women praise them. But whenever it comes to black men and whenever it comes to black independent women, y'all automatically consider us bitter because we're successful, and that's not fair.
What we don't have anymore is family.
The problem is that those women that are in those positions, they're like men and they're only focused on their career. And because they are focused only on their career, they don't have a man that can play the counterpart to them and manage their lives. They can't manage what they built. They won't come and take care of them and say, oh, okay, yeah, I know I'm doing all of this, but I'm going to be the man and I'm going to stay at home, take care of the kids, make a house a home, cook and clean, take care of all of the assets and make sure everything is taken care of and paid. Yes, the percentage of men that will do that are so fucking small. It's ridiculous. It's not even worth counting. Well, you look at Oprah and Stedman. How many Oprahs and Stedmans are there? Not even talking about the fact that everybody say Stedman gay. It don't even matter. How many Stedmans are out there? Even Michelle is playing second fiddle to Barack. Even Michelle is playing, as Chris Rock would say, even Michelle is she's a glorified tambourine player, but she's playing the tambourine nonetheless. Somebody was in the chat put something in there about Grant Hill and Tamia. Grant Hill and Tamia, great together. Tamia is sick, but Tamia is a tambourine player compared to Grant Hill. She just is. When you look at Mary J. Blige and Kenji, Kenji was a tambourine player. But how many of those do you see? How many of those do you see? You don't see that many. So your one exception to the rule does not make it the rule. It just doesn't. And that's where the delusion is. Women think today that they can have that. They think that they can be a fucking Mary J. They think they can be a Kim Kardashian. You can't. Any man that just about any man in this world that gets with a Kim Kardashian, yes, they're leveling up, and yes, she's going to be the breadwinner. Unless you're a fucking Kanye. That's just what it is. And you can talk about how you feel all you want. The facts are, the numbers are, the truth is, that's what it is. Most women in today's world are tambourine players to men that have money and status. They are. Robert De Niro's wife, tambourine player. She has certain businesses and all that. She was spending that nigga's money to where he was fucking broke.
Right, and that's because the women, what we want from women, they're not providing to us. We don't have any stability in our household. When you look at the Martin Luther King movement, when you look at the Malcolm X movement, when you look at Black Wall Street, all of that was built by black families, not by black women being independent women, looking for the highest guy on the totem pole that they can get. Because you understand that when men have opportunity, like you said, they largely do not settle down with one woman. So why are women looking for men that are the most handsome and tallest guy that got all the money, when that's not the guy that's statistically speaking going to stick with you, and you know that because you just said it.
And here's the thing. Most women that are in those positions, they want men, and they usually wind up leaving that man for that man that they work with that's in a higher position or just as equal. That power broker woman, that's a lawyer and all that shit. She's a corporate lawyer and she's making six figures and all that shit. She's going to be with a fucking CEO or owner, or she's going to be with somebody that's an equal part to her. Why? Because she don't respect a man that doesn't make what she makes. She looks down on a man. She looks at that man as less than when he makes more than what she makes, when she makes more than what he makes. That woman that could be a lawyer that's dating a garbage man, she's looking at that nigga like, yeah, nigga, yeah, okay, but the minute this other motherfucking lawyer give me some dick or give me the time of day when we go on this trip, I'm gonna fuck him. Because naturally, women gravitate towards men that have more than them, that can provide more than what they can. That's just what it is. That's the nature of women. They want that security, they want that safety, and they want those resources. Women are attracted to resources, status, and financial stability that is greater than their own. A man that has a 2-bedroom house is definitely more attractive than a man who has a studio apartment. And in turn, a man that has a 6-bedroom house is more attractive to a woman to that woman who's with a man that has a 2-bedroom house. And just like that man that has that 12-bedroom house with 13,000 square feet is more attractive than the man with the 6-bedroom. Women are, yes, thank you, Jason. Women gravitate towards power, resources. They do. Status. They do.
So to go back to your point, the reason why we don't have families is because black men are not present. Let's take.
Boy, you could throw a shoe and hit a nigga. You could throw a shoe 10 feet and hit a nigga. Men are present. It's just that the men that you want are not. Because a man that has substantial amount of finances, resources, and status He's not picking you. So no, he's not present in your life. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. There are more, the percentage of men that are on that upper echelon of finances and resources and status, those men are not picking women like you. They won't. She will never get a nigga that's a millionaire. She won't, it won't happen. That's just it. That's the truth. Right, Mr. Maxwell, like in that Madea movie, the Tyler Perry, rather, same person. The family that prays together. She said, my son is a Cartwright. She left that nigga that had his own construction business that started, he was working at the fucking company she worked at, Sanaa Lathan. That man then branched out, started his own company, started his own business, construction business, trying to get contracts and shit like that to establish himself. All the while, that bitch was fucking the owner of the company and got pregnant by the nigga and was like, yes, at the end of the day, my son is a Cartwright. Power, status, and yes, getting by on her tits and also from Kew Gardens. That's exactly what it is. That's exactly what it is. She saw that, hey, this motherfucker not only has money and the life that they were living was okay. They wasn't rich, but they was all right. But she was with a man and was attracted to the man that was not only married and was white. She wanted to be a part of that family, just like the bitch Black China. That bitch was with the Kardashian boy strictly because of his name. Her son is a Kardashian. The bitch even wanted to change her name to Kardashian, and this bitch wasn't even married to this boy. That's just what it is. That's what women do.
Take a plethora of examples. Let's look at Tristan.
Even when you go back into the old days, when men were conquering cities and wars with countries and things like that, what did the women? Did they kill the women? Nope. They killed the children and they killed the men. The young babies, they were enslaved. And what did the women do? They fucked the niggas that came and conquered. That's what they did. Them bitches wasn't like, give me, you can kill me too. You killed my husband in war, I'ma die too. Nope. Them bitches served, sucked, and fucked their way into security and safety. That's why they don't slaughter the women. They killed the young men and they killed all the men and they enslaved the little children and they had their way with the women. That's how it's always been.
Thompson. Tristan has a third baby mama, okay? And he was willingly...
She's talking about Tristan Thompson, the basketball player.
Sleeping with this woman unprotected, nutting in her, okay?
Right.
He knew what the outcome could be.
Right, right.
But as soon as she got pregnant, he said, well, I'm not going to be present. So why are you even having the baby? So,
and you know why she had the baby? Is because she wanted the money. She has access to those resources. She has status. Her son is a Thompson. And if he's a boy, one day, maybe one day, he'll be a basketball player like his dad, which will give her even more access to her son's resources.
So why are you having unprotected sex with a woman when you don't even plan on being present for a possible baby that could happen?
Okay.
Why would a woman put herself in a position to where she would have a child with a man who's married with children already? It's funny how women never take accountability or responsibility for the shit that they do. And they will do some fuck shit, some reckless shit, and then say, why would the man do that to me? How about because you let him, bitch? You let that man fuck you raw, and you let that man continuously have sex with you because you wanted the possibility of being attached to that man because of his status and because of his resources. That's just the reality of it. Yeah, I see that, Rulia. She said women were taking his booty. Yeah, I see what you did. I saw what you did there. That's what it was. The spoils of war. The treasure and the women.
Listen to
Let's
this.
take Future.
Hit me out. Okay, yeah, go ahead. Talk
Let's take
Future.
Future.
Talk Future.
10, he has like what, 10
10 of them.
10.
God.
NBA young boy.
What?
Future has 10 children. You telling me right now there ain't a woman out there that would want to have his 11th? There's not a woman out there that would want to have his 12th? There's not a woman out there that would want to have his 13th? Abso-fucking-lutely. Yes, they're there. And yes, they would want to have it. Why? Because they would now have access to his resources and they have the status of saying, Future's my baby daddy. That's it. They want to be connected to anything that is a resource for them, that gives them status. Future die tomorrow, that bitch and all 10 of them baby mamas gonna show the fuck up looking for their cut. Thank you, Sinner Allah. She says, no decent woman should allow herself to be within 6 feet of Future. And all I'm saying, I'm gonna say this in all fairness. You want to fuck Future? Future might have some great dick. Go ahead and get it. But why would you have a baby by this nigga when you know he not gonna be there as a father? You know he won't be there as a husband. So you gonna have a bastard child. You gonna have a child that ain't nobody gonna be able to acknowledge except for saying that's Future kid. You gonna have a baby that you can't provide a stable home as far as aside from finances. That kid won't be around. If he get a father, it'll be another nigga. Shout out to Shelf Talk. Shout out to Carcino. And shout out to Russell Wilson. Russell Wilson is raising Future's son. And if Russell Wilson's stepson want to play football, guess what? His stepdaddy gonna get him in the league, not Future. If Russell Wilson's stepson want to rap, he gonna talk to his daddy. Women are opportunists by nature. They want to connect to those resources and that status. That's it. A bitch will have a kid by a king just so she can say, my son is father is the king.
10 of them. All of them girls. So you have one sexually irresponsible man, but you have 7 sexually irresponsible women. Or in Future's case, you said 9 sexually irresponsible women. Because why would you
the woman?
Listen to this. If you're a woman, why are you laying down with the man that you know that does not take care of his children?
Watch what she say.
You're going after status symbols. You're going after men that you find that are successful, that already have the clout. You know that they're not going to stick to you. You already said that. And then when you get left in the dust, you cry on social media like you didn't know it was going to happen. You knew what you came for.
Y'all know how men are. Men can go into a relationship. They might have a bad history. They might have a bad rap. But when you go into the relationship, they might be telling you sweet nothings.
If you are equal, independent, strong black woman, why the fuck are you falling for sweet nothings? Why are you falling for sweet nothings? How is that? How do you allow yourself as a smart, educated, powerful girl, black girl magic, all this shit that you now have, why are you falling for sweet nothings and some dick? Because you want status. Because you want money. Because that broke ass nigga in a liquor store, that bitch that's fucking Future ain't gonna fuck that nigga. That broke ass nigga that's outside standing in front of the liquor store finishing off that St. Ides, he ain't got a chance with that bitch that just had Future's baby. Ain't a broke ass nigga out here in the world got a chance with Brittany Renner. It won't happen. A woman ain't gonna do that shit. She'll have a baby by an ain't shit nigga, but when she gets a nigga that got some status, a nigga that got some shit, she will not backtrack and go and fuck another nigga that ain't shit and got way less than what she just got with her baby daddy, her new baby daddy.
Okay? Next thing you know, you think you're different.
Uh-oh.
Okay? So you think you're different and you feel like the story might play out differently for you.
And how many times has that worked out? Never. And this is what women do. This is how delusional they are. They tend to think that, oh, my pussy in my head is better than all them other 9 bitches. I'm going to be the one that's going to get him, girl. When have you ever seen that shit? That shit don't happen.
So how are you going to blame the woman when it's the man that has the children? This woman is coming in.
Because she allows him into her body. She is the one and the gatekeeper of life and death. She is literally God when it comes to children. She gets the term to determine if a child lives or if a child dies. That's how you blame the woman. That's exactly how you blame the woman. She's in charge of that child the minute she gets pregnant. The minute that egg is fertilized and that fetus is now living, she is in control 100%. Not 50-50, not 70-20, not 70-30, and not 80-20. 100% in control of life or death.
No kids, no history. The man has all the history, and you're telling me you want to blame the woman?
I blame the woman because she's dealing with a man she knows number one, because she's dealing with a man that she knows is inconsistent. Number 2, because she has birth control. She has plan Bs. She has...
And men can't.
Hold on. No, I got you. Okay, I got you.
Men.
She won't let him finish because he's going down the road. He calling the roll on her ass. And shout out to this nigga for saying this shit. She knows his history already. She knows that he been inconsistent. She knows he got 9 other kids. Bitch, how much of a father can a nigga be to a motherfucker that got 9 kids already that he ain't with on a consistent basis? But you know what he do got? Some people got to have it. Yeah. Some people really need it. Oh, what you say now? Do things, bad things with it. For love, money, bitches will fuck they own brothers. For the love of money, bitches will rob their own fathers. Bitches don't let money, don't let money change you. Almighty dollar. Come on now.
You can't just be responsible.
I got you. She has birth control. Plan Bs. She has condoms. Worst case scenario, she has reproductive rights. When a man sleeps with a woman and that child or that what it is, I ain't trying to for the algorithm. When it goes inside of her, that's up to her. He is 100% responsible. The government will even hold him responsible. A woman can put a child up for adoption and have no connection to that child whatsoever. Men have less reproductive rights than women. Now,
and here's the thing: she knows that as soon as she gets pregnant, she now has some level of power and control over that man. That's why. That's why she should be held responsible. That's why she should be held accountable. And that explains the abrasion on your palm.
Yes! Oh, yeah! Can you feel that, buddy? Huh? I have exorcised the demons. This house is clear.
we could talk about condoms, but if we just keeping it a buck, these women decided to lay down with men that they knew were inconsistent, and that's their problem, and that's the problem at large. A lot of women are deciding to sleep with men that they know are inconsistent, and they don't care.
So you said that women have condoms. So why is it whenever a man tries to go
none of that
wrong,
shit,
you tell him no, you're like, where's the condom at? Oh, I don't have condoms. But if the woman was to pull a condom out, would you not feel like, why she have condoms?
What? Who does that? Why she got condoms? A nigga's trying to fuck. I'm trying to get this nut, bitch. I don't give a fuck if you pulled out a balloon. If you tell me that's what I gotta put on the fuck, that's what the nigga gonna do. Because he wants to fuck. Period.
No, I feel like, okay, she being responsible at least. Because what are we doing? If I'm not willing to have a child, and I understand me as a man, me being a responsible man, this is what you should be looking for. If you're looking for a man that's going to question you on that, you shouldn't even be in that situation no way.
But why are you trying to go in raw in the first place?
But why are you dealing with a man that...
Because it feels good, bitch. That's why I want to go in raw. Why are you letting me go in raw when you know that you can get pregnant and you know I ain't no great daddy? I'm not Heathcliff Huxtable. I got 9 other kids. Why are you letting me hit it raw if you don't want this baby? But you do because you want that bag.
You don't know in the first place.
How do you think I don't know him? Just because, what? How?
When you lay down with a man and you ain't even talked about sex before you having sex, what are you doing having sex?
Why do you have to talk about sex before you have sex? Why can't it just be spontaneous?
Because if you can't...
Why can't you be spontaneous? Is this sounding like fucking Mike Tyson? Why can't you just be spontaneous? I'm the best fucker on the planet. This is ludicrous. Why wouldn't you just be spontaneous? Why would you talk about sex before you have sex? Just be spontaneous. Irresponsible. She sounds like she's fucking 15 years old.
Have a conversation about something that you're uncomfortable with. Why are you doing it?
Who's saying that you're uncomfortable?
If you're doing something that could dictate the entire direction of your life, and you think that you should be as irresponsible as to not even have a conversation as to whether you should use protection before you do it, as a woman.
So you're telling me you never had sex unprotected?
I'm telling you, I got a wife, so I do it how I shoot the club up, baby. But that's me. We hit on some good points when it comes to the whole dynamic. But the truth of the matter is, and I think we agree now, you can jump around the loop and jump around the holes and the circles. You agree with me that men have fewer options?
No.
You don't think that men have fewer options than women?
No.
She's literally comparing the upper echelon of wealthy men to all men. When the average man, what is it? The average man makes something like $52,000 or $48,000 a year. The average man makes about $48,000 a year. She's comparing, or let's just say 50. Let's just round it off to 50. Average man makes about $50,000 a year, and she's trying to compare that. I think it's less than that. I think it's like 48 or 46. But she's trying to compare that as opposed to as accepting that. But she's going to say, nah, I'm just talking about the Jay-Z's of the world. I'm just talking about the Meek Mills and them. Bitch, stop fucking capping, as the young folks say.
We never agreed.
You agree with me that men who have a lot of options don't commit to women, generally speaking?
Yes.
Okay, so when you see the situations with Future and all the people you brought up, they're dealing with men that have a lot of options, but they decide to be sexually irresponsible. So when you're dealing with a group of women that worship the men that are part of the problem in a culture,
I mean,
hood dudes,
there is
thugs,
there's black
entertainers.
worship. That's very true.
Yeah, no, and it largely goes for thugs and entertainers.
Yes.
Nobody wasn't checking for Will Smith before he was Will Smith. Nobody was checking for Jordan Peele before he was Jordan Peele.
Okay.
These dudes are lames. These dudes are weirdos until they get successful, right? But a guy like Future can have 8 baby mothers and still get 7 women pregnant, or 10 baby mothers, like you said, and after the first one, 9 women will still lay down with him knowing that he is not sexually responsible. That means that there are 9 sexually irresponsible women, 1 sex.
And who the fuck is that nigga? Hey man, I don't really know too much about this YouTuber, but nigga, you need to have an on-air sign or something somewhere where you just got a random nigga walking. Where the fuck is this nigga going? And where the fuck did this nigga just come from? Nigga, you're gonna sit your ass down in the corner with a Canada leaf or some shit on his fucking shirt. Sit your ass down. You need to tell that nigga.
Sit your $5 ass down before I make change.
Please, somebody tell that nigga in the background to sit the fuck down.
Sexually irresponsible man. That is the problem. And everybody will point out the man
And
and
then
say
they
that
go,
he is
bitch,
a part of that problem,
bitch.
which he is, but that's
Your
only 1 man
$5
and 9
ass
women.
down
So
before I
why are
make
we not talking about the 9 women that are also a part of that problem?
He's a repeat offender. Okay.
He's a repeat offender. She is, and the reason, like I said, why I did this is because she is fucking delusional, and she is a classic example of the majority of women today. She really is.
He's a repetitive offender. So therefore, I feel like he is more irresponsible than these 9 women that you are claiming to be irresponsible. My point is...
So you just gonna excuse the 9 other bitches that done fucked and had a baby by this nigga. Not just fuck, but had a baby by this nigga. Fuck all that. They not at fault. They're the ones in control of bringing life into this world, but they're not at fault. How, Sway? This is the mentality of women, though. This is why we only got 24%, 25%, 1 out of 4 women, especially black women, that get married. This is why 70% of the women who file for who get divorced they're the ones that file for divorce. This is why, because they think that they are not responsible for a goddamn thing. And they are the ones consistently having broken homes and bringing children into this world without fathers being present, but yet and still say, ain't no black men present.
To answer this question, I feel like men are the more responsible party for failed relationships in 2021 due to the fact that they're never satisfied.
And the fact that women are in control of who they have sex with, and men are in control of who they marry, who do you think is in control of the relationship? Now, I will say this. Yes, there is a part of responsibility that men should take and should adhere to, and I'm going to wrap it up with that. But I don't see how women are excused from this.
They have too many options. I feel like men do the absolute bare minimum, if that, at this point. So I feel like women, they continue to try and try and try, but it's like men just don't step up to the plate anymore. They just don't. They don't provide. They're not what they're cut out to be. So unfortunately, it's women who are holding these relationships together, and they can't hold them together anymore.
I think the problem is a lot of women think providing is abundance nowadays.
No.
Providing, because for me to provide, if I'm living in the middle of America, let's not take Dallas in situation because we are in Dallas, but let's go middle of America. You can live comfortably over 50K, but a lot of women largely are unaccepting of that. A lot of women want more. Yes. So you're talking about men are not satisfied with their situations, but it's obviously the women, because the women are the ones dropping out at 70%. These are the women are the ones filing for divorce.
50K is not enough.
See, there we go. 50K is not enough, right? But it is enough. That's if you want a man that can protect and provide. If you want a man that can provide you abundance, that's when you start going into that group of men.
Why does that have to be abundance? I want a house.
Because it's not the majority of men. It's not the majority of men. The majority of men don't make six figures. It's like 10%. So here's the thing. Why would the majority of women want 10% of the men that's available and then want those men to be totally faithful and committed to them? Why would they do that when they have options? Just like when women are young and women are beautiful at the peak of their beauty, at the height of their physical attractiveness, why are they not settling down with one man? Because they fucking have options. When a bitch can stop traffic, she knows it and she takes advantage of it. That's why she don't settle down. And then she thinks, and she's delusional to the point to where she thinks that level of beauty that she has at 22, she still has at 42. And it's not the fucking same. That's why old hoes don't get married. They wind up being grandmamas and they wind up raising their daughters and their sons' kids that they doing the same goddamn thing with. That's why.
Cars, like, how's that abundant?
Because a man, if you know anything about finances, you know that a man can have a house with 50K. You know that. But see, women don't even have a concept of the money. Not the house you want.
Not the house I want.
Not the house you want. That's hypergamy. Exactly. That's you wanting more. And
that's
then when
not hypergamy. But listen, if I bring more than 50K,
hear me out. Hear me out. Let me go finish. Let me go.
It's not hypergamy. It's hyperbole, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. But what is matter of fact? Let me look that shit up. Because hyperbole, I think, is like when you exaggerate some shit or something like that. If I'm not mistaken. Hyperbole is when you are, let's go. Hyperbolic, relating to hyperbola, exaggerated or yes. Add to list share. If someone is hyperbolic, then they tend to exaggerate things as they being way bigger deals than they really are. Hyperbolic statements tiny dogs with big barks don't take them too seriously. I believe I'm right. Somebody correct me if I'm wrong, but I think the word is hypergamy is like, yeah, that's like marrying a formal or forming a sexual relationship with a person of a superior sociological or educational background. Okay. So then I stand corrected. Then that is the right word.
Don't finish.
50K.
If you have hypergamy and you want a man that makes more than that, now you get into that group of men that are part of the 10% group. Those men have a lot of options, and we agreed that when men have a lot of options, they don't settle down. Women want these men to make 100K, thinking that it's just sweet and it's normal. Most men, the average wage for a man is 50K. So if you want a man, you got to be okay with 50K. That's where you at. Once you start to become hypergamous, you're going to start to deal with relationship issues. And like you just said, you don't think that he's going to be able to provide a house big enough for you.
That's not fair. So you're telling me just because I want a man, I have to be settled with 50K?
Yes, and here's why. Because you don't have, the women of the world don't have the ability to have the 10%. The majority of women don't have and won't have, will never have access to the 10%. Do you understand that? You are foregoing 90% of the men that are available to you for the 10. That's stupid. That's stupidity at its finest. That's being a dumb bitch. That's being a dumbass. That's not even taking a logical approach to what it is that you're trying to achieve. You are fucking insane if you think that 90% of the women can be and fight for 10% of the men. That makes no fucking sense. You are a fool if you think that you, being in the 90% of women, can have access to the 10% of men. I don't know if it gets any more simpler than that. That's pure facts. That's math. That makes no sense. How many women would be able to successfully achieve and actually have one of those men that's in that group? Especially being a black man. 1% of less than 7% of black men make six figures. How do you think you're going to get that? That's insane to even think that, yeah, that's what I'm going after. And you motherfucking 300 pounds, and you sitting there thinking you going to get access to the men? Then you going to be mad talking about, see, you shallow. No, I'm exercising the same options you was exercising at 14. Because that's probably the best that she looked. When she was 17 years old, she was probably at her best physical shape, health, and all that. And she wasn't trying to get married then. I'ma live my life. I got niggas. Yes, I get it. You do. But the older you get, the less options you have. Just like with a man, in general, the older a man gets, the more money he makes, the more things he can attain, and the more assets he has, the more options he gets. If my wife died today, God rest her soul, and that would be the worst thing that could happen to me. If she died today, me in the dating market, I would have options. I would have options. How I look and all that shit together at 48 years old, I got options because of the financial stability that I have, the things that I have. I do. I'm more established at 48 than I was at 38, than I was at 28, than I was at 18. That's how it works for men. And just like how it works for women, it's the opposite. The younger and more attractive that you are, and the younger that you are, you have more options at that age. You get more options at 18 than you do at 28. You get more options at 28 than you do at 38. It goes down. And once your ass hit 30, it drops significantly. It's a significant drop off. It's like dropping off a fucking cliff. When you hit 40, you damn near are out the game. You have a few women that look good, but you still have more baggage now. When you got kids, when you got debt, when you got bills, when you got attitude, when you got a fucking mouth, when you don't know how to shut the fuck up, when you got a bunch of extra bullshit and a bunch of baggage that you've been carrying from all the other fuck niggas you done dealt with. Now this new nigga got to deal with all that shit and let you unpack your bags, bag lady. Bag lady, you gon' hurt your back, dragging all them bags like that. It's like that's what the fuck it is. A man who is established at 45 is more willing to deal with a woman at 24 that got a 600 credit score than a bitch who's 44 with a 750 credit score. I ain't got time for that. Cause that bitch thinks she entitled to some shit. That bitch got mouth. That bitch got attitude. That bitch got problems. And that bitch has baggage. And she got kids, grandkids, and probably great grandkids. I ain't got to deal with them coming over to my house, tearing up shit, fucking up shit that I done built and got looking nice. Your great grandkids in the back seat of my motherfucking Lexus, spilling what they call them crackers, goldfish crackers and juice boxes and shit in the back seat of my car. Them ain't my great grandkids. Fuck you, your grandkids and your great grandkids. Now I gotta take my motherfucking money from my retirement and give it to one of your kids that's going off to college for their trunk party. Your grandkid going off to their trunk party. Your great grandkids got prom and all that shit. I ain't spending my money on that.
Doesn't make any sense.
Okay.
And I'm gonna end it with this. And this is the part for the men. You've seen what I've broken down tonight. And I'm telling you like this, for those of you young men and for those older men that are hitting their financial peak, you see what these women are offering and how these women think. This is a great example of what not to sleep with, have babies with. You need to switch the game up. Make better choices and better selection. Be more prudent in the type of bitches that you share your seed with. I know niggas love to fuck. I know niggas love to shoot the club up. I know women love it when you shoot the club up. All I'm saying is be more prudent. Be more responsible with your seed, because you will have a bitch like that thinks like that and that believes that it's all the man's responsibility. You got to be the one to do this. You got to be the one to do that. You not present. That's what you're dealing with. That's what you're dealing with. Get a fucking vasectomy if you want to shoot the club up. Have your kids and get a vasectomy if that's what you're going to do. Or be very selective in who you sleep with. That's all I'm saying. And with that, I'm going to wrap it up. We right at 3 hours. Damn, we almost at 3.5 hours. But this was very important to me, and that's why I really wanted to do this. I really wanted to talk about this. I hope that this video helps somebody become a better version of themselves. I hope that this will not only make men be more selective because they see what type of women are out there, because this ain't no one-off. I promise you that. She is not a one-off. She is not the exception to the rule. She is the greater majority. Upwards of 90%. Get you a woman that values men. Get you a woman that values family. Get you a woman that values herself to where she's not sexually irresponsible. Find you a woman that ain't got kids. Find you a woman that's actually doing something with her life besides Instagram modeling or being a professional thot. Find you a woman that will actually add some value to your life as opposed to just draining you of your resources, men. Y'all gotta do better than this. And yes, she may not be the same color as you. She may not be the same culture as you, but you gotta do better if you want to build a better life and a better future for yourself. No pun intended, the future. But I'm just saying you have to do that, because what's at stake is your legacy. And you don't want to leave behind a bunch of kids or a couple of kids or one kid that got an ain't shit mama. And young women, this is a classic example of what not to do and what not to become. Be logical and take advantage of your youth and your beauty to secure your future. Not to just live in the moment and have a hot girl summer. I want to thank everybody for tuning in tonight. Please click that like button, click that subscribe button. Shout out to anybody that has donated. Thank you guys so much. This was a great show. I really enjoyed myself. I hope that this helps somebody become a better version of themselves. I hope that somebody will watch this video and make a change in how they think and how they act and how they look at themselves when it comes to responsibility and accountability with the people they sleep with, man and woman alike. I want to thank you guys so much for your time. Thank you guys so much for your likes. Thank you so much for your chat. Please feel free to leave some comments in the comment section. Let me know what you guys think about this. I love you guys. Y'all have a great night. Until next time, peace, and I'm out.
What's going on, everybody out there in the internet world? It's me, Brian Redmond, also known as the Relationship Rehab. And I need you to do two things. What are those two things? Subscribing to both my channels. I need you to go to the Relationship Rehab, subscribe to that channel, and then I need you to go to United Guns of America and go to that channel. Now you may be asking, why would I do that, Brian? Because it's two of the hottest channels on the internet. Come over there, give me your thoughts, give me your opinions, have conversations, because that's what it's all about. We talk about some of everything: politics, relationships, guns, law enforcement, community stuff, anything that's happening. I'm willing to have a conversation about it, so come on over. You don't got nothing else to lose, and you ain't got nothing else to do. So come to my channel, subscribe ASAP, and join in on the fun. Twice the entertainment, 2 channels, twice the fun. Come on and have a funky good time with your boy. Peace, and I'm out.